What?
Oh, yeah, you missed a lot.
Bro, listen. No cap. No cap. This is honest to God truth. This is the best show ever in life.
Yeah, The Wire.
And this is why The Wire tells. So like when we watch a lot of the hood shows that we watch, right? A lot of the hood shows that we watch, like it focus on like the drug dealer kingpin. And it's the fight between the drug dealer kingpin.
Oh, yeah, you missed a lot.
But with this one, you get the drug dealer kingpin, but you also get the mid-level, the low-level. You get the high-level police, the mid-level, the low-level. You get the high-level drug dealer, the mid-level, the low-level. Like you get, a drug addict. Like you get every aspect, but you don't get lost in this story.
Right.
Like you get to see all these aspects, and you don't get lost, and it's told well. And like it's funny because like
except season 2.
Nope. See, that's the thing. Nope. You need season.
You need season.
Without
2,
season 2,
but
you can't. So listen. I've watched The Wire multiple times, and then I watched it. I break it down.
One I check out.
No, I love season 2.
Time.
Season 2 is one of my favorite seasons because here's the thing. When you get introduced to the show, you think it's this hood show, right? Okay. So you get introduced to the block and everything like that, and you think this is what it is. But like this shows you the connect. Like how it's coming off of the border, how it's coming off of the docks and everything, like where they're getting the drugs from. And it opens up that world. And the reason why I love season 2 is because it shows not only that black people are affected by the drug trade, but how white people are. How like somebody who just runs the dock, like the person who runs the dock, they're dealing with some shady shit, but it's not because they're just trying to be shady. Like their actual drive is the same thing as like the black drive. Like when you are the black drug dealer kingpin, he wants to put his people into a better space. The person that runs the dock, he wants to put his people in a better space, so he makes this deal with the plug to ship in their drugs. But then that shit spirals out. So it's like it's one of those things. Like each season has a theme. Like the first season, the theme is the block and the police, right? The second season is the docks. You know what I'm saying? The third season, I think that's when they get into
the project itself.
Yeah, I think is that third or fourth?
No, because the third is when that cop came up with the idea to have that section.
Amsterdam, right?
Yeah.
Yep. No, I thought Amsterdam was season 4.
That's what I'm saying.
No, the third season is the drug war.
Yeah, that's
the war.
Itself.
It's the war itself.
How we changed.
Fourth season, they get into the school system, and then like this cop, he comes up with the idea of trying to make drugs. So like, but they tell all these stories and you don't get lost because then the fifth season they focus on how the news plays a part into it. So like you get everything. You get the school system, the political system, the police system, the drug, and it's one of those things that it definitely. That's what
I'm saying.
Like it wrapped up so well.
Even towards the end. Mm-hmm. The thing about this, the reason why I didn't like the second season so much is because it feels. You can tell that when they first started with the first season, the second season was supposed to create a reason for the rest of the show to go.
Well, not really. Hold on. So some insight on it.
But it feels like when we went back to the third season, we're picking up where we left off with the original drug dealer and the new one.
And yes
so
and no.
It feels like you don't really need this story.
Well, you do though, because
you know what I'm saying. If you look at the overall, we still stayed in the same community.
We did,
and this was felt more like meanwhile.
But they introduced. But see, here's where the insight comes. So The Wire was supposed to end after season 3. They did not expect to get season 4 or season 5, right? So what it was is that they was trying to wrap up on that. So the reason why they introduced that connect, because the one thing about the drug trade is the drug trade is going to go on. So they had to introduce the connect to show, okay, this is how the drugs get into it. But then they had to introduce the new character, which was Marlo.
Right.
They had to introduce Marlo as the new young gun because the way that they were supposed to button it up and everything Marlo like that. Marlo was wild. They were supposed to button up like, okay, you've grown to love this drug organization, but this drug organization is based off of old rules, and this is the new one. So you're going to see how this plays in a part. And so they was trying to build that in. So then when they got renewed again for another season, that's when they were like, okay, well, we want to explore this world a little bit more. And so that's what like we don't want to focus on the main drug crew. Now let's show how the kids are affected. So it's like David Simon, who was the creator of it, like all these stories and these ideas was built upon like, okay, we thought that we was going to be done. So now let's try to make a compelling story based off of this, but how does it fit into this world? And I think the genius part of the show is it shows how everybody's affected, from politics to police to drug addicts to drug dealers to just regular neighborhood people. And again, you don't get lost in this story, and that's why I say it's one of the best shows ever, and it's one of the reasons why, like I said, I give HBO like a blind trust. If HBO Sopranos, if HBO put out a show,
You know what's funny?
I'll watch it.
I wasn't
And
into
Boardwalk
Sopranos,
Empire, too.
and I never went back to watch The Sopranos, but I have to.
That is a show where there are film courses that are literally taught around us. I've taken film courses.
Yep.
in
I've
college,
heard.
And we had a legit section of the Golden Age of television. We watched episodes of The Wire. We watched
That
episodes
trust.
of Sopranos. And it was-
Because between that and Sopranos, between those two,
Yep.
I was like, fam.
It's one of those things like that show.
Bro, yeah.
Very last episode.
Bro, Sopranos.
But you know what? As much as people give him
But
hell for the
still,
last
even
episode,
still, that was an
but
artistic.
that was a different. That's why I'm not like certain shows like Lost and The Wire and.
Whoa, Lost.
Hold on, wait a minute now.
I love Lost. I fucking love Lost. But those.
the reason.
No, here's the here's my main issue with Lost. During season 3 or 4, I called it. I said they are in limbo. Right? Spoiler alert for anybody. I said they are in limbo. Right. And then the creators, they were on J.J. Abrams and the other guy. They were on Conan, and it was like, and Conan brought it up. He said, "Wait, so is this like Limbo?" And they said, "No, it's definitely not like Limbo." And then it turned out they was in fucking Limbo, and I was like, "Nigga, what the fuck?"
They
like,
cannot give the answer away.
No, fuck that.
I had no problem with it. I understood.
I was upset. Lost was a good Lost. Oh my god! Don't get me on Lost, bro.
I had no problem with the end of Lost.
I hate it in
I had no
Lost.
problem with the end of Soprano either. I had no problem with the end of Game of Thrones either.
Whoa! We can live.
I had no problem with it.
No, yeah,
I'm not letting you get that
Okay.
off. I'm not letting you get that off.
Our producer.
I had an issue with the wheelchair nigga being king. Yes.
No.
The rest of it, I'm okay with that.
What? Like,
Bro, everything leading up. They didn't get into anything with Jon Snow. Why? What was the point of even telling us that? If they
we can go ahead
there
and
was
wrap.
so
That-
much.
I
we-
want
we-
to
we
have
really
your
go
back, but I
out.
didn't watch it.
Oh my god,
Game of Thrones
bro.
had no
So
problem.
imagine this. You didn't wait. Hold on.
So fucking.
Hold on. Right. Like, wait, I got this. Let me break it down for you. Imagine you watching the show, right? You watching the show. You got this main character. You kind of trying to figure out.
Why was he attacking? Why?
So you trying to figure out like what's the
let's
deal
not
with this
act like
character, like
Game
who's the
of
main
Thrones
character
that
and everything like that. So
last
they build this up. Like one, he dies, but then they bring him back. So you're like, okay, so
like,
this nigga, he
why
obviously got
was
something
it-
going on. He's very important.
He was getting the push.
Yeah, he's very important.
Like,
Very
why
important,
do-
right?
why do we care about
Very-
the
Your
monkey?
reference.
You gotta also talk about the big bad. Like, I
Yeah.
love that not talking about the big bad. So go
Yeah,
ahead,
right,
go ahead.
right. So you follow this character, right? So then this character, like, so they're building up this other character. Like, okay, I want to root for this character, but I also root for this character, and they make this characters. They become a unity. They're like, oh shit, they're a unity, right? Like they're one.
So they clicked up.
They clicked up. But then you find out, like, oh shit, wait a minute, they may be related.
You gotta
Like
talk
they
about
throw
the
that
big
in there,
bad.
like, oh shit, they may be
Actually,
related, so this
that
may
now
not
talk
be
about
able
the
to
big
work.
bad. So go ahead,
And you
go
like,
ahead.
oh shit, so when this find out, we got to figure this out, and then that's it. They don't even wrap that up. They throw it out.
Then let's talk about the other half of it, because every great hero needs a great big bad. So you got
That's
this
true.
big bad.
Got to need a villain.
You got these lower level villains. You got the villains that are like, okay, yeah, they fucking shit up, but hey, you don't really want to fuck with fam.
Right.
You come fuck with fam, it's over for you. And
No. The Night King.
Night
The Night King.
you know they talking to
And then-
White Walkers, they come these.
Yeah.
When they cook, they fuck
From,
you up.
wait.
Yo,
hold on.
defense.
Before he gets to
Then
that,
let's
from
talk about the other half
episode
of it,
1,
because
I'm talking
every
about
great
very
hero needs a
first
great
scene
big
you
bad.
see. You see the
You
White
got
Walkers
this
fuck
big
shit
bad.
up, and then
You got
that's the
this-
main
you
thing.
got
Like
this- you got
when
these
this
lower
person
levels. You got the-
meets
you got
this
the villains that are
person,
like, okay,
it's going to
they
be the
fucking
most
shit up.
epic shit
Hey,
ever.
you don't
So
wanna
it was
fuck
kinda
with
like-
fam.
You meet Thanos.
You
You
come
meet
fuck
Thanos
with
in
fam,
Iron
it's
Man
over
1.
for you.
Iron Man 1
Hey,
first scene. You
no,
meet
the
Thanos,
Night
and you're like,
King,
oh shit.
you know,
So
they
when
talking
Iron
about,
Man
you know,
finally meets
White
up
Walkers,
Thanos,
they
this
come
is gonna be
these
that.
niggas. When they come through, they fuck shit up. They been fucking shit up.
8 seasons.
When they come through together,
Yeah.
they didn't fuck shit up. They had a fight. What? Don't really fuck shit up. No main people really died in that one.
None.
No main people died in that
Not one. Not
So
one.
and then the big climax. It's not they said I'm the main character.
Perfect example.
No,
Perfect example.
Yeah, get hit. And it's over.
Right, but you was the main
This sound
character.
like bad
But
wrestling.
you was the main character.
Oh,
Wait,
man.
but you
When
was
they-
the main
when they come
character.
through
So
together,
everybody
they
expected
about
you
to
to
fuck
do it.
shit up.
But here I come out of
They
nowhere.
had a fight.
And that's it.
Shanked
Shake him.
Nope, no
I
main
shaked
people
him and
really
he
died
dead.
in that one.
I
No
shaked
main people died in that
Thanos.
one.
I didn't use my power. I didn't do
the big
anything. I
climax.
just shaked
It's
him
not
and
saying
Thanos is
I'm the
dead.
main character supposed to fuck this shit up. No, deuces come in. Yeah, get that good hit.
Wasn't
And it's
regular.
over. Like,
This
that's-
team-
Now, and they
Wait,
also taking out the fact that while all this is going on, Deuce's character is slowly being built to be a beast anyway.
And that's
Yeah.
it.
So
And
let's
it's
not
like-
take that away.
Okay,
from
yeah,
Ari.
okay, yeah.
Let's
All
not,
right.
let's
Aria-
not, let's not shit
But
on
wait,
Ari.
hold on.
That's promise. Let's not
Yeah,
act like that.
but
He
wait,
just come with a
but
good
the
shot.
show. If you watch the show, it built up like Didge was gonna kill you. Didge was gonna kill you.
Okay, yeah, cool.
You
He
Thanos.
got,
Did-
like,
it built up that Didge was gonna kill you so out of the blue. Even though they building up my character, they making me beastie, but Didge was already beastie, so he's supposed to.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I got that. So there's a
But
villain.
let's not.
Yeah.
But
The
we'll
big
put it at
Yep.
Princess Promise. Let's not act like that.
I'm
Was
talking
the
about
thing.
undead, and here's the thing, not even a weak big bad. Like one of the trump cards and one of the characters they have dragons. They have 3 dragons. This big bag
put
killed
this in
one
the
dragon.
terms.
Wait, this big bag killed one dragon and turned the dragon on as part of him. Now now he got a dragon. He did.
Where did the
And-
dragons from?
It's part of that. It's one of the trump
Part of the show?
cards. And
The dragon they were seen as fucking.
Yeah.
that's the trump card. He killed out of nowhere. Just killed it. And then not only that, midway through like
Hold on,
season
you gotta hear
5,
this. Like,
there was a
that-
big
that is
battle
the-
between
these
Didge and you.
dragons-
Big battle between Didge and you. And Didge
these
basically
dragons,
lost.
they were fucking
And
shit up.
everybody that he brought
And
to the
when
battle,
when
you
killed
brought them
this
back
dragon,
to
it
life
wasn't-
and put them on
he
your
didn't-
team now.
Bro, so that's
So
one of her
like
trump
this-
cards.
So everybody's
But-
just joining the
Yeah.
NWO.
The
So this is
dragon-
how
the
but
dragon-
listen,
they were
Okay.
seen
but
as
listen.
I'm following.
So
I
they
think I
building
got
you
it.
up like this.
Yeah.
This is what they
I'm
built
dragon.
you up from.
So
I'm Hulk Hogan.
You hold and so
I'm rebuilding my strength.
Yeah.
They show us, like I said, he's rebuilding my strength.
Going through his fighting
You know,
montage.
going
Yeah.
through that
So he's
shit, you
staying.
see the training, and then out of nowhere, in the same battle, I'm in this battle, but I'm somewhere else fighting. You brought them back to life and put them on your team now. And it's over.
And then somebody else come in and get the win.
yeah.
Basically,
Oh, that's bullshit.
Bullshit.
Here's the reason why I'm okay.
And
Prior to
so I'm
before,
rebuilding my strength.
prior
and
to
they
before
show,
even
like I
going,
said,
the thing about
rebuilding
it
that
is
strength.
this whole
You know, going through all
show
that shit,
is
you
based
see
off
the
of a
training,
series of books.
and then
Yep,
out of
I've
nowhere,
heard
in the
It's
same battle, I'm in this
series
battle,
of
but I'm
books.
somewhere else
I've
fighting.
also been told
Deuces
that.
come in.
So after we got
yeah,
to season
and it's
5,
over.
for this.
everything is there. Okay, so season 6, 7, and 8, all the directors and the creators have to go off of is what this nigga tells us that the book is going to be about. So okay, this is going to be some key points. This is going to be some things.
Wait, so that got renewed for another season?
Well,
Can you write a book?
Wait. Yes, they did. He was in the process. But before you
He was
answer, let
dragging
him
his
finish.
ass.
Let him finish because I got a rebuttal. I got
He was dragging his ass writing this
He was
book.
dragging his ass. He definitely
He was
was.
dropping gems to them. So he's not sitting here saying, "Oh yeah, this is." He's giving you key points.
Yeah, still complete.
So it's like we getting ready to come out to do a match, but we ain't talked about our match. So he's like, okay,
So we don't know what the fuck
we
going
just
on.
go. This is here. This is this, and this is how the finish is gonna be. That's all we know.
He's
You
in the
know,
process
3
of writing
spots
the
in the
book.
finish.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Now go have a match.
Oh, that's gonna be bad.
Okay.
So let me tell my rebuttal to that.
So because of that, I did not expect them to create a perfect ending.
Yeah, still in-
Especially if
Damn,
somebody
like I said,
already told you,
might
oh
die
yeah,
before the finish.
this person is not going to win. This person is going to be the one that does the killing, and this person right here is going to die, but it's
answer
not
yet.
going to be the way you.
Because
want
I
them to
got
die.
something I got to tell you before you answer.
So now,
I'm just-
go close out this season. And on top of that, they didn't know they were going to end at 8.
No, hold on. No. I got a rebuttal. That's my rebuttal.
No, they were going.
No.
They were supposed to go 10. Is what I
No,
heard.
no. That's why we got the rebuttal.
That is a
Yeah, that is a lie. HBO said we'll give you whatever you want.
And they were like,
Keep
"Oh,
on
we got
going."
this. We know how to wrap this up.
No.
That's what I mean.
Yes, they did, bro.
Because when the book was written, when they was worried
No,
talking
they-
about the book, they said they were supposed to do 10 seasons.
No.
So
Yeah,
when
they
it got
did. Yeah,
cut
they did.
short, the
They
dog
did.
was bullshit.
Hold on.
They cut it because no. That's also
It's
a
Star
fact.
Trek.
That's his rebuttal. That's a
Star
that
Wars,
is a
yep.
lie.
And-
They HBO said,
and they-
"Hey, we'll hear."
And this
here,
is why
keep
and this is
working,
why
keep
they're not no
working."
longer with it
And
because
were
they
like, "Oh, no,
batched
we
that
got this.
last
We
episode. They
know how to
fucked
wrap
it up,
this up.
and
So
then
that's what I
Lucasfilm was
mean.
like,
Yeah, they did.
"No, we don't want to rock with y'all on that one," and that's why they're not in
By the
Lucasfilm.
time their Confederacy
Yeah.
No,
Because
but
here's the thing.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. HBO,
Yeah.
they cut it because they wanted to go. They wanted to
And not only that,
show.
Juan,
Then when
hold
that
on, this is the
died,
last thing.
then they wanted
Sheree
to go
wants
to
to say
Star
something.
Wars.
Wait, but not only that,
because
they
Lucasfilm
had
was
like
gonna give them
so
some money,
each episode was
and
like
Netflix
12,
was gonna give
14
them some
episodes,
money.
right?
So they were like,
cut the last
Yeah.
season to 8, and HBO was like, y'all know y'all can do more, and they was like, nah. HBO was like, y'all can go more seasons if y'all want to. They was like, nah, we good. We
And
know
like-
how to wrap this up. So HBO
And
was
then their Confederacy
begging them
show,
to do more
HBO was
seasons
like,
to
ah,
build
we
the
don't
story
want
out.
that.
I
Yeah.
thought it was HBO that was cutting
We'll
it.
see.
HBO was like, you can do whatever. HBO
Yeah,
was like,
I
you
thought
can
it
do
was
whatever.
HBO
bro.
that was cutting them because the scenes kept getting more and more expensive.
No, HBO was like,
Let go. HBO.
And I thought that they, because, what was it, season 5, where more than half of it leaked?
they found the way around it. Yeah,
No.
they did.
No, they said they felt they had this, which is
Yeah.
why even more why
Yeah,
I'm
because they
pissed.
kept leaking. That's why I thought they were cutting it
Because
short.
what they would do, what they started doing was they would film.
No, HBO, because they were still making so
Right.
much. People were legit signing up for HBO just to watch it.
Film the scene where it's like, all right, yeah, I was gonna kill you. You don't know which one is gonna be the actual one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was like 4 or 5
Yeah, it
different
was
Jon
six.
Snow
They
scenes
found a way
that
around
dropped.
it. They found a way around because season 8 it had its leaks, but it didn't have as many leaks as those.
Yeah.
And
And
that's
they was
season
like,
5,
no.
6, and 7.
Oh, wait, and then we
Because
should also talk about this big
linked-
battle
because
that they've
what
been
they
building
would
up
do, what they
between you
started
and-
doing was
Yeah.
they
It was
would
dark
film-
Wait,
they
this
would
big
film-
battle
It
that
was
they
dark
built
as
up
fuck.
between you and
can see,
Diggs,
like,
imagine
even
they
the
was like,
scenes
all
say,
right, so
like,
this is going to be the
Marcel,
big
this
battle.
is
The one that
we
we've been
may
waiting
film
for the
the
whole
scene where it's
series.
like, all right, yeah,
But
I
let's
was
just
gonna
make it
kill you.
extra
You
dark
don't know
so you
which
can
one
barely
is gonna
tell
be
what's
the
going on.
actual one.
You can
Until
barely
the
tell what's
episode
going
So
on.
basically, if you didn't have if you didn't have 4K on the highest resolution,
And there was a
You're good. I had to legit turn my brightness on my TV.
Yeah.
as you can see, we got very.
Yeah. Right.
yeah, it was certain scenes that shit made sense.
Yeah.
Like when they was
this
getting
is a
lined
whole
up and
battle.
everybody's flame
Pretty
was
much
getting lit,
imagine-
that shit looking lit.
Imagine Endgame, but like with the tent all the way down.
Yeah, dog.
4K didn't matter.
The only nigga
No,
you
but
go-
here's the thing.
Only-
This
only
is-
person
but
you
this is
see
why
is
it's so
Falcon.
pissed off. The first 7 seasons,
That's how bright
some
that
of the best TV you will ever watch. They fumbled
I
the
saw a
ball.
lot of
They,
people on
they
Facebook
legit
saying
fumbled it.
On the way to the end zone.
They fumbled it right there, bro.
Like
They didn't give they
Like
didn't give it to
Khaleesi's
Marshawn
story.
Lynch. That's what it is. They
Right.
didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
Like Khaleesi's story, I was okay with how it ended because if you pay attention to the match,
Oh, it was ending there.
It was going to.
But they
that
rushed
way.
it.
They rushed it.
They
That's
did
the
rush
only
it.
issue.
They would have let it.
Yeah.
Season 8.
It would have been,
okay.
and that's why I wasn't mad
They
because I
legit
really
Leon
thought
let
they
it.
were supposed to have a
On
couple.
the way to the end zone and fumbled it right at the
Oh no, I was with her for the whole
No.
thing.
I never said it was wrong. The only
just
issue
they-
I had
they just
with
rushed
that
to it. They just
was you
rushed to
came here to kill one person, and you did not make sure she was dead.
That.
I burnt that damn city too.
So pretty much.
Because if you think about it,
So why?
but that's
Pretty much.
you came to fuck up one person and you didn't make
I would've
sure
been
she
okay.
was dead.
So why?
We know she was
Why?
dead.
It was pretty much like a
I'm on
Django
record of saying
Unchained
that she
story.
did
It was like this lady,
I'd have
she
burnt that
was
damn city
pretty
too.
much
I'd have burnt
married off
everybody.
and kind of enslaved. And then they killed her warrior husband.
married off to Aquaman.
Yeah, so they killed
that.
off her. Yeah, they killed off her warrior husband. But then they
I'd
kind
have
of,
burnt
but they,
that damn city too.
what they found out was she was
she
the
killed one
mother
of
of
their dragons. They
So
killed
she
her
ended
best
up
friend.
birthing 3
Everybody gotta
dragons,
go.
right?
Wait,
Not physically birthing. Not physically birthing. It was just she went to the fire with them and they became right. And so now because she had dragons, and dragons had not been seen in this world in forever.
Like 1,000 years.
Yeah, so now she started becoming empowered. And she became the breaker of chains. So she would go to other people who are enslaved. She would free them and kill their masters with the dragon, and then that's how she built her army. And so like now this is like, okay, she's gonna be legit the person to the throne, right?
Not physically. She went into the fire with them.
Oh, she is that thing.
She's legitimate heir.
Yeah, she's legitimate
So it's like
heir.
saying,
but
okay,
but usually a woman is not gonna be on that
Right, so
throne.
I got TDR and I had 2 girls, right?
Right.
But because I died, you came in and you took over. Now, you took over and you just basically got lazy and fucked up the country. All right? You went off and you married a bitch you shouldn't be fucking with.
Not also. We also got to remember her pop. She is the heir to the throne because her family.
Meanwhile,
were.
Teaching's like, you know what? Fuck you. This is my shit. I'm coming to get it.
That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
So with her story, like I said, you see it, and then like that, and then what ends up happening is the people that she's going against, people are going against her. So she deals with a lot of people that are dying and things like that. So then she snapped. So like it's the story arc makes sense. You see somebody like that who is going to snap, but imagine it's like, okay, all right. So this season, I see her getting to there, and then the next episode she's full snap. You're like, wait, like where? Yeah, but it's like when it happens so fast, and it's like.
Because at the end of the
I
day,
never have to watch TV. I could just ask niggas what happened.
No, you
No, you still gotta watch it.
We left so much shit out.
Yeah, we left a lot out.
I would be on record saying she did nothing wrong. I would burn that.
Oh yeah, I would have burnt that
told
motherfucking
you the only
to the ground.
See, that's I don't even know
To
that looking
the
down.
ground.
The only issue I had was the main bitch you need to take care of. You did not make sure.
So
she
you wasn't mad.
It was
So
literally like
also
a 2 episode.
the second to main villain, I guess I would say the second to main villain. Yeah,
Yeah,
Cersei.
you gotta watch.
They built this villain up. Like I'm talking about
But
everybody.
I will be on
revere,
record
hates this
saying
person.
she did
And they
nothing
built
wrong.
this person up.
I
The
burnt
person
that
was
damn
supposed to
shit.
kill this
Me-
person.
me and that
But
city-
instead,
me and that city,
what
I'd have
you
been over there
get
just
is
looking
this
it
person
down.
gets killed by rubble. By rubble.
And the thing about it, and my issue was she didn't even know that's how this person died.
Nobody killed her. In the arms of her brother that she been.
Yeah, I guess,
that's also her lover that she been fucking.
Yeah.
This is the last one. So you have this person who, like, the first thing you get is him pushing and disabling the kid because he saw him fucking his sister, right? So this is the first, right? So same guy, right? Same guy. So you get that. So now you revere this person. Then he gets captured and gets tortured and all that shit. And so
Who's
now
her lover?
then he goes through it. He get a redemption arc, right? So you get this redemption arc, and then you start like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? He is okay. He's getting things back together. He's more noble, trying to right his wrong, right? So you built this up for like 3 seasons of this person righting his wrong. It probably was more, but you build it up with him righting his wrong, and then within 2 episodes he goes back to, you know what? No, it's all about me and my sister. Fuck that shit. I'm gonna be a fuck. Everything that I built up, I'm gonna just go back to being fucking. You like, wait, what the like? What was the purpose of the journey of us building this back up?
He's trying to right his wrong.
Like, why? Season 8 was trash,
So
bro.
fam did all this to be like babyface and was like, I think I'd rather be a hero.
Pretty much, bro. The last season was so trash. That's why everybody was so upset. It's like, bro, y'all rushed through so much stuff and y'all didn't even have to.
Yeah, he just go back.
Well, that was our take on Game
After
of
he
Thrones. These niggas was upset about it.
It's, you know why? Because if Game of Thrones would have ended properly, it would be up there with best shows ever.
So let me ask you this question: if Game of Thrones would have ended properly, who would have been on the throne?
If it would have ended properly, I would have.
Yeah.
So I believe that Jon Snow would have, because I do believe. Yeah, because I believe that Daenerys would have, like, I think
she would have been her dad all over again.
Yeah. The only reason why I don't believe that Sansa would have, because Sansa, I don't know.
I wouldn't.
I think she would have just been queen.
She wanted her home.
She just wanted to be queen of the North.
That's all she wanted was her home.
She just wanted queen of the North.
Burn everything and take the throne.
Would have ended. Yeah, like y'all said, would have been.
I do think he would have if it would have ended.
Who do you think? You think?
Oh, shit.
I like nobody.
I feel
I
I
like
like
the
the
bitch
nobody
with
on the throne.
No, the throne is Bran the Broken. Oh my! We didn't even get to that point. So the son that he put.
I think the way the story.
Bro, you don't know how pissed off I was when he said that.
Would have been Jon Snow. I wanted Daenerys to take.
So you see all the stuff that we told you, right? All the stories that we just told you, right? So the kid.
I see what you did there.
Wait, what?
You did that.
Right, so the kid that they pushed out, right?
Bro,
so he ends up being like this
who has
the
the better
future. He can see in the past stuff
He's like a watcher now.
He can see everything. He's like the watcher, right? He can see things, stuff like that. So he goes on this journey, right? To really pretty much, what was the purpose of his journey supposed to be?
Who has the best?
learn.
What is it?
To hone his skills.
So when it was all said and done, the person who's going to run the throne, one of the main characters, he does his whole speech, and he tells him thrown by stories, and he says, "Who has the better story?" Brand the Broken. So the kid who got pushed out,
Who had the worst fucking story.
right? Who got pushed out the window, and now he can see in the future and the past, and he kind of knows what's going on. He says that he has the better story. He has a better story than the woman who was sold into marriage, who properly was the heir of the throne, who birthed dragons who haven't been seen in 1,000 years, who built her full army to take over. He has a better story than her.
Or the guy who's literally
a bastard.
Who had the worst fucking story.
He's probably the true heir of the throne. He is the true heir of the throne.
He was.
His dad was the king's rightful heir who died. His mom died in birth. So
And his mom was the sister of the original king.
The guy who,
he goes to life.
All this.
or the guy who's literally, so he's a bastard. However,
Wait.
one thing we
And
never
not
said
only
is
that, so
he's
he
probably
fights
the
his.
heir of the throne.
Wait,
He is the
hold on.
heir of
Before
the
you get
throne
to that, he
because
fights his
his dad.
He fights his way to be the king. Like, so we learn everything we learn. Oh, he is the rightful.
His mom
Like,
died
you
in
know, as a
birth.
watcher,
So
you know
he's the rightful heir.
We learned that. We learned
Yeah,
that. You
so
know
he's the
rightful one.
true rightful
But
heir. He goes through life thinking that he's a bastard. Basically,
he
fights
sees
his
it
way
all.
to become a king,
But
like King of the
when
North.
it's all said and done,
But
it's like,
Brand
you
the
gonna be
fucking
security
Broken has
at the front gate.
Oh.
That's what you gonna do.
She had-
We gonna end it off with you went through this whole journey, but now you just security at the front gate.
John didn't want to be king, though.
No, fam.
Yeah, he did. You don't know that.
Wait, let's let Shuri talk.
Yeah.
He didn't want to be king.
He's there.
John didn't want to be king. That nigga just
Hey,
he wanted to go back to
You
the
will
North
not
and fuck
attack
his
my
wife.
co-host, and you are
Wait,
Mr.
Sheree got something
Melancholy
to
over
say.
here.
He just wanted to go fuck wildlings, bro.
That's what you gonna do. We gonna end it off with
You the bouncer though.
through this whole journey, but now you just security at the front gate. No, fam.
Bro,
Now they put a criminal
why
on the
are you
throne?
caping for this?
He got the best story.
He's
Out of all the stories we told you, out of all the stories we told you, that's
Where
the
he gonna
best.
go? No, think about it. Look at all the shit that all the people did. You can't do that from a wheelchair, so that makes you be a good ruler, bro.
Bullshit, he ain't had no type of air. Where the throne going after this?
And he didn't say he couldn't still fuck. He just couldn't walk.
Bro, I mean,
Okay, I understand why he had to do this. The thing that pissed me off, really, it pissed me off.
He got the best story.
Bro, Aphid had no type of air.
Well, me too. Wait, no. So here's the thing. He went. His whole journey. Matter of fact, I do remember his whole journey was to be there at the battle to inform Jon and Arya and them right there.
right, yes.
And but this is out when he said when they wrapped it up, they was like, well, he's gonna be the heir, and he was like, oh, what y'all thought I was doing this whole thing for? Like, nigga, no, that was not what you was doing this whole thing for. There was nothing that ever said that Bran was gonna be the man. They right. Oh my god.
Think about this, bro. If you pay,
Why do you bring this back up, bro?
If you pay attention.
I'm pissed off all over again.
Think about this.
Season 1 through 7.
all of this bullshit that we've been complaining about is one season.
One season. Everything that we just told you why we hate the show is one season. Season 8.
Not even the full season. It's like in the last 4 episodes.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I always felt like it was supposed to be more seasons.
It was
they crammed too much.
They rushed it, and they didn't have to because they was banking off. They thought, oh, we got Star
And the worst
Wars.
part
We
is,
gonna get
the
that.
worst part is, all of this bullshit that we've been complaining about is one season.
One season. Everything.
One season.
While we hate the show.
And not even a full season. This is like in the last 4 episodes of that season. Like, I can't even say the full season.
When he walked past him in Endgame, it was like, this better be the one. Like, I really felt like if this wasn't the one, he was gonna beat Doctor Strange ass. Like,
We getting that Netflix
no ass
money.
there to
We
beat.
finna eat.
like if this ain't the one, I don't give a fuck where we end up. Your ass is mine.
So before we get
Yeah,
out
they
of here,
fucked up.
since we talking Marvel, y'all watched the first 2 episodes
Of
of WandaVision?
course.
Endgame.
I did.
Of course.
So what do you feel about it so far?
I fucking love it, bro. Oh my god, I fucking love it because you know what? Here's where I think a lot of people got lost that. Yeah,
Because the old school stories.
because the old school. But here's where it there's like if when you look into it and you think about it, so once if you just recap what happened in Infinity War and Endgame, there's a lot of questions that needs to be answered that we got to try to figure out because one is like, okay, we saw Vision die.
Fact.
So is this Wanda creating a world, or is this something that or is this like a limbo situation, right?
See,
right. But then, like I said, it's also other things like the neighbor. I'm suspicious of the neighbor lady so fucking much.
So
Yeah,
how much do you know Wanda's actual story?
Not that much.
Okay, I'll run it down for you.
With the neighbor, where I was initially suspicious, and I was reading about it, that I think really could be the case is she has in Wanda's story.
Yeah.
She has a mentor named Agatha Harkness.
Yep.
That's where I was going.
Yep.
So with this, like Agatha Harkness is
Her friend?
The first person
So-
Yep.
So I know bare minimum, just so you know.
One thing with the neighbor,
You're talking about the,
I was initially suspicious, and I was reading about it that I think really could be the case is she has in
Well,
Wanda's
that's
story
that's
in general,
what
she
raised
had
my eyebrow
a
because she keep on
mentor named
referencing
Agatha
her
Harkness.
husband, but I'm like, we never
And
seen her husband. Where's the fuck the husband?
This,
Mephisto.
like, Agatha Harkness
Huh?
was the first witch.
Well,
from
I'm just
Salem
saying we
witch
haven't
trial.
seen her.
Yeah.
So
But that's the going.
yeah, so like there were certain I don't know if they're just Easter eggs in general or if they're a hint. Well, not even just the symbol, but one of the things is she was talking about the only way my husband will know our
Yo.
So like there's that, and then even just looking back
Well,
through,
I see, but one of the things she was like the only way my husband. But like she was like the only way my husband would know our what did she say our anniversary was if there was a beer cart. I forgot the date. I think it was June 2nd. June 21st.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
But
Yeah.
that date, if you look it up,
Yeah.
the
It
date
is.
of the first date of the
It's
Salem
gotta
witch
be her.
trial.
Well, yeah.
So like there was
Husband-
that,
okay,
and then
so
even just looking
some
back
people caught it right
through
away because if you ever seen
all of like
the
in the
trailer
MCU
that they
at
did
one point,
with
I forgot. I think it was.
Wanda
I had to be
kind
had
of
to be
running
Avengers
down the
2,
story,
when they were
we are
asking
eventually
about when they were
going to-
asking
they're
Wanda.
playing
She was like,
a
"Oh, you know,
loose
I
version
was
of
with
the
my
House of
aunt
M.
Agatha."
Yep.
Yeah, they
That
kept
I know.
bringing
That I know.
her
Yeah.
in,
The loose
like bringing her
version.
name up.
So that's where
And
the
so
baby.
I think that it's
she was
her.
pregnant at the end of this last one before it went full color. Just twins, which eventually really did actually end up being in her storyline.
Yeah,
Like,
so
during
that's
the
that's
re-
the whole House of M essentially storyline. When after Vision died in the comics, that was sort of
Her mental break.
Yeah, she had her mental breakdown.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Reality
Right.
With the House of M,
He
and
then created the second reality
yeah,
afterwards.
what happened with that one is because obviously in the comics, I don't know if they're going to
You'll
go
see
that
the
same route
twins.
here in the MCU with
See, and
Magneto
that
being her father.
no, they're not adding any of that at all.
Yeah,
Only
so
because
that's the
you
whole
gotta remember,
House of M essentially
WandaVision
storyline
was
when
written before
after
the Fox deal
after
was done.
Vision
Yeah.
died.
So they're
in the
going to
comics,
create a story.
That was sort of where, yeah, she had her mental breakdown.
No, and that's the
she
great thing
created a
about
whole
this
new
story
reality
being first,
with the House of
because
M.
you
What
can
happened
do whatever.
in the House of M was
Well, yeah, what happened with that one is because obviously in the comics, I don't know if they're going to go that same route here in the MCU with Magneto being her father.
Yeah.
I didn't think they would.
storyline, and that's where you get that whole no more mutants thing because at some
Yeah,
point,
and
she essentially,
I mean,
she essentially
there's no way there's no saying that they couldn't try to emulate it somehow. But yeah.
But it
But like
wasn't-
what happened
no.
in the House of
No,
M
no.
was,
It actually it
so
wasn't
she
Magneto the
created
reason
this whole
for it.
alternate
It was
storyline
Quicksilver.
where
but
still Magneto was still so obsessed with mutants.
Quicksilver got injured.
And so
No.
that's
What
how,
happened
that's why she
was
created
no.
the second
I remember
storyline.
because I just got
And
done
that's where you get that
rereading
whole
it
no
like
more
when I
mutants
found
thing
this
because
what
at
happened
some
was
point, she
Quicksilver was
she
like
essentially
because you got to
knows-
remember
she
the
knows
Avengers.
Magneto about it,
No,
and
no.
he's still so obsessed with
No,
mutants.
I'll break
She's
it down
like,
for
oh, okay,
you. So
no more
prior to
mutants.
before
And just
the actual House of M story, you had the Avengers.
No, but
disassemble,
Magneto, but
where
it was his
Wanda
upset because
basically, in so many words,
Quicksilver got
killed
injured.
Hawkeye.
So
Right.
Okay.
yeah,
Which is why the Avengers and the X-Men plus Magneto was like, look, we got to fucking
I
do
thought
something.
Quicksilver was hurt, and I know
So it was
because
a
I thought
whole
it. Cause I know she
conversation
went, I remember her
that
going.
boiled down to the fact that they kind of came to the conclusion, we got to kill this bitch. That's the only way. And Quicksilver was like,
Right.
Dad, you gonna really let them kill her? And Magneto was like, nigga, you see what she do? Like, dog, she fucking fucks worlds up. We can't keep her alive. So Quicksilver went to her, told her what was going on, and that's when she warped reality.
No, but he kills Quicksilver. That's I I'm looking it up again.
Yeah, he did.
That's what I'm saying.
He
But
did.
it was through his obsession with mutants.
Did he kill her while they were warped or before? It had to have been. It was before,
because
and that's when she warped.
That's when because she was talking about where she was like we're free.
But it was
You did this to us, it's your
And she
authority.
gave them. And she gave everybody what they
And
wanted.
she's like, all right, cool, no more mutants. And
No, that was after.
no, that was before.
No. It was. She gave everybody what they wanted
but he-
because
oh,
that's
so-
how
so-
Wolverine
I'm looking
finally.
it up again because I
really-
wanted to make
yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But it was through his obsession with mutants. That's when she.
she goes on her whole little spiel and she goes,
It was
Well, the
before.
house-
It was
the
before,
decimation
because that's
was
when she-
after
That's when she
the
was
True House of
talking
Ill.
about where she was talking about. She's like, we're free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did this to us. It's
You know, you
your,
gotta tell
essentially,
both.
it's your
Tell the whole
obsession.
story, bro.
Yeah.
You
And
gotta
she's like,
tell
all right,
the-
cool.
gotta tell the
Are
whole
you
story.
learning
It
this
couldn't have been
inside
dead because he had his own
information
solo
story?
story
That's
where
what
he
set
ended
the
up going
decimation.
to the Inhumans and he stole Terrigen.
That's what set the decimation. Is it was during when he killed Quicksilver, and she goes to her whole little spill, and she goes, okay, cool.
No.
And then that's
I like how y'all brains work.
the
'cause
house.
we ain't gonna see none
Well,
of this
that's
shit
what
on
ends
TV.
the house.
No,
I guess you wanna know.
Well, you're not. See, that's the tricky
Yeah,
thing.
I
with
guess.
that.
We
I
ain't
guess
gonna
that's
see
what
none of
ends the
this.
See
house.
all these movies
I-
and whatnot that they have listed are coming out. The trick now is trying to figure out how it all gets pieced
Well, see, that's
together.
why they're
You
that's
got-
why they're
it wasn't-
investing so
well,
much in the
it
shows.
wasn't
This
the
is
House
the
of M,
first
that
time
whole
that the
decimation
shows
controls
are
the
are
narrative.
going to be
No more
very,
mutants.
very
It's
pivotal
not that
and
there
as
were zero
important as
mutants
the
left. There were
movies.
still
Right.
certain mutants.
Because a lot of these side stories, the stuff that we're talking about, these
Yeah.
little tidbits, will be told in the show. And what Marvel is doing, and which is genius as fuck, is they're making it that like, look, you can watch the movies, but there's going to be bits and pieces that you're going to miss.
Yeah, you're
so
gonna-
you need to watch everything that we put out.
To make
But
sense.
like from what I heard,
Because
I do
what's her
think
name daughter from Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and that's
Monica
the-
Rambeau,
the-
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh?
The Monica Rambeau.
Yeah.
She's
So
supposed to
that's
be-
that's the daughter
But
from
I
Captain
think-
Marvel,
I think they'll fully.
and she's gonna be in
flesh
Captain
out
Marvel too, by the way.
What
Yeah.
they gonna
So
do?
is Rogue.
Right, and I think with this, with Wanda's backstory, you can fully flesh out how you want mutants to be seen
Well, see,
or
so
portrayed
this is gonna be the
before we
introduction.
get to Captain Marvel.
So remember,
with the actual mutant on the screen of Rogue.
Because remember, for the longest, we've been wondering, like, okay, how are they going to introduce mutant? One of the theories was they can do it in Black Panther because they can introduce Storm because she is technically the queen of Wakanda, and so like they can introduce mutants that way. But this way is a little bit organic.
See, I'm tricky, and I think they're gonna go this way instead of
Well,
Black
I think
Panther.
I think they're gonna go this way too.
I think
Because
that's what this is.
with us losing
I think that's
Chad
what
and
this
they're
is.
not trying to recast Chadwick's role, because me and Don had a whole argument about this the other day.
About how they need to actually put somebody
Like he
in the
really
suit.
physically wants to put somebody
Nah.
back in the Black
Get
Panther
that,
suit.
put
And I'm
Shuri in the
like,
suit.
No, they don't.
Bring in Namor.
That's what they
And
argue.
let's blow up
Wait,
Wakanda.
Marvel because the
Which is why I
directors
think
they
they're
already
going
said
to-
they're
Yeah,
not gonna-
Right.
Feige said
But
we're
he-
gonna get a story.
He said they need to. They
Yeah,
say that
Don
niggas
wants
can't.
another Black Panther.
Oh, that's what. So here's the thing: the Black Panther, the Black Panther mantle can be.
Transferred.
It's supposed to be transferred. I would say in this story, no. Maybe like if we get a Black Panther 3, I can understand that. But this story right after it, no. You got to go. Like,
Shit, we gotta get them out in outer space.
we do. Because you know what? Because there's a couple of things that we know that is going to definitely happen.
We
Because
got the multiverse coming.
well, we're going to get the multiverse,
Honestly-
and we know, like, so, and this is why I'm super glad. So, Silver Surfer is one of my favorite characters. Silver Surfer is also Stan Lee's favorite
They
character.
fucked him up.
They did fuck him up, but here's where I think
Johnny Depp for Silver Surfer.
Here's where I think what they're going to happen because of Stan Lee's unfortunate passing and everything like that. I do believe that somebody is going to take it serious and tell that story because that is a huge story just in comic book in general. And I do believe, and I do believe that we'll get the Silver Surfer Galactic like told well,
Yeah.
especially with how and now that Marvel and the MCU is pretty much reacquiring everything so they can tell the story correctly, it will fit. Because of Stan Lee's unfortunate passing and everything like that. Who? I do believe that somebody is going to take it. No, they can't do that.
No, you're talking about that. That's what they did.
Fantastic Four.
Oh, in
Well, I
Fantastic
think
Four,
with
that's
them
what it is,
rebringing the
But
Fantastic
they're
Four
they're
back
bringing
in.
they're rebringing in everything. And here's the only reason why I feel comfortable with it is because, like I said, I trust the people at MCU that like they're one. They said it. They're like, we're not in a rush to bring in mutants. Like everybody
don't
thought, like,
need
oh, they once they acquired X-Men, everybody like, oh, we're gonna get it. No, we're not
Nope,
gonna in a rush.
don't.
No, that's what
Yeah.
they did in
Like-
Fantastic Four.
And I'm okay with that.
No, it wasn't MCU. That was Sony.
That was Sony.
Yeah.
That was Sony. And see, that's the thing.
That was a Fox film.
That was Fox's
Fox
last
film.
movie.
So that's the thing. That's Fox's last movie. But here's the thing. This is where I trust MCU because if you think about it, there's multiple ways they can bring in
use
MCU.
magic
We
so
just
well.
talked about two. We talked about the New Mutants, how they can bring it in, the mutants, and we talked about Black Panther, how they can
Didn't
bring
they
it
say,
in.
like,
But
next
same
X-Men
thing with
movie,
like
like,
if
I
they
think it's
ever
like
bring in
6 or 7
Fantastic
years.
Four, there is a huge story
No, that
arc
was-
where
so-
Fantastic Four faces off against the Black Panther,
was-
right?
that was
Where it's
Fox,
like
yeah.
it's like
And
it's
he actually becomes a member.
yeah, and he becomes a member. There's a huge story arc up in there. We still, like I said, they still got to tell the story arc of Namor. Like I said, that's what we that was
the original.
yeah, that was the original idea. Idea for Black Panther 2, right? So like the fact that Marvel, they was like, okay, we want to tell this intergalactic storyline. How we're going to do it? Because right now we still don't know who the next big bad from Phase 4 movie is going to be. Do we know that for sure?
Well,
Jonathan Majors got casted as Kang.
Okay, so we do know that.
I've heard they're bringing
All right.
in Kane. I've heard that they want to do Doctor Doom.
Well, they're going to do
Because they
That
said
was
that
the-
they don't
was
want
the
they don't want to
original-
take another 10
that was
years
the rumor. That was gonna be the
to
original idea for
compact the
Black
story
Panther
together.
I gotta imagine.
Well, they got to do with
Doom's
Doom.
gotta come.
But here's the thing: they cannot shortchange Doom because as much as we love Thanos, Doom actually was the most powerful person with the Infinity Gauntlet.
Fam.
Because Doom,
He
because
got-
Thanos,
Jonathan
even though
Majors
Thanos
got casted as King
was a
Conqueror.
villain, his reason for the Infinity Gauntlet was like a balance, right?
The
But
idea-
Doom
if-
just
if
wants
the
to.
Fantastic
He just
Four
wants
is
to
coming,
rule.
Doom wanna
I
fuck
gotta
with
He just
Doom.
want to
Rule.
rule.
That's how
So
we got
once
the
he can,
Secret
so
Wars.
that's why he's the most dangerous person with the Infinity Gauntlet. Because once he gets that, it's over. Like,
He
you
don't
know
want
what I'm saying?
balance. He just want to rule niggas.
He was confirmed as Kang. I guess he's
Right.
gonna be in
So
it.
if they do King, like, so like, but like it's like there's so many
Wait, what movie you
ways.
supposed to be in?
And his first appearance, obviously, is gonna be in multiple, but his first appearance is gonna be in Ant-Man 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
But yeah, WandaVision, I fucking love it. I love the direction that they're going.
Yeah.
I love.
I like the direction they're going, and I think it's gonna end up coming. The reason why I think
Yeah, he was confirmed. He was confirmed as King. I guess he's gonna
yeah.
be in Ant-Man. In
Yep,
the
and that will be
Ant-Man.
only
And
make sense.
I love all the little.
And that way they
I
can
love
break.
all the small
His-
Easter
well, his
eggs that
first
they're throwing
appearance
in there.
Like
Oh
with
my
the
god! this-
beehive and everything.
Oh
First
my
appearance gonna
god,
be
bro!
in
Like
Ant-Man
even like the
references to sword.
Yeah,
the
Sword is
commercial,
all the Hydra commercial.
the Hydra commercials, like yeah, bro. Like I fucking
Yeah,
love
Have
everything.
you
about it.
noticed that if
I
you
like the
pay
direction they're
attention,
going, and I think it's gonna
ticking
end up
bomb
coming.
sound
The reason why I
Yeah.
think
in the
they're
watch
gonna
and in the
also do
poster
because
for the commercial.
that
Yep.
she was gonna be
That's
one
what I
of
thought
those
when they
in
first did it. I
Doctor
was like, wow, like that sounds like a
And
fucking
that-
bomb. Like yeah.
the way
So
that
like
they
it's
was
like,
I was waiting on the
But I
bitch
also
to blow
wanna-
up when she was
I also-
making toast.
Well, see, but the main thing I also want to do is I want to know who's talking to
references
Wanda
to sword.
because this is why I think it's an altered vision that Wanda
I
is
want
creating.
to. I
Because
want to say it's strange. At first, I want to say it's strange.
it doesn't sound like him though.
That's why I said at first I want to say it's
It's
strange.
supposed to be the old school radio. I don't know how much old school radio.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Right.
But because here's where I'm thinking, and this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that after the events of Endgame, Wanda snapped and created this world of with her and Vision, and she's in a comatose state, and wherever she's at. The fucking Avengers, headquarters or whatever
I
the
mean,
case
it's supposed
it
to be
is,
the old
and they're
school
trying to
radio.
figure
I
out
don't know
like
how much
who
old
was
school
doing this
radio
to you,
affects
but they don't
your
realize that it was actually Wanda doing this to himself. That's what I think is going on with that.
I think that'll be fired.
We should get an episode tomorrow, right?
Yep, tomorrow.
Yeah, she did.
Are we only
That's what it
getting one or
sounds
two?
like.
I think one. I think the first two was just dropped, and then we're just gonna get one each week.
I like how they're showing how powerful she is. So that's something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's been altering a lot of stuff.
Well, I mean, like I said, if you watch Endgame and you watch that scene, there's no way that you can think that, like, oh shit, she got way more strength than we thought, because she legit had Thanos on
I
his
also-
heel.
I really like-
Thanos,
And the fact that he-
Thanos was
Bring the
panicking. That
rockets.
nigga was like, he was like, right now, nigga. That nigga, he literally said, nigga, help
like
me,
how
nigga.
That nigga said, "What about our
He was
troops?"
like,
He
No,
was
but
struggling.
all bullshit aside, Wanda is actually the most powerful mutant. Period.
Wait, what is Phoenix? Wait,
Yeah. She
Phoenix
had
is
that
technically
from
not a
She-
mutant.
she
though.
was-
See, the Phoenix entity is like an old guy.
That nigga.
That's
He
why
said,
you-
"Fuck our troops."
that would be the only like I would like Jean Grey would be the only one,
But,
but
like-
because like
She's an Omega.
Jean Grey,
You gotta look at what Wanda
as Phoenix is the powerful.
She's powerful when it comes to strength.
and that's why
But Wanda alters fucking reality, my guy.
I know. I agree with you. I'm not saying
Think
that
about
I'm not saying she ain't top tier. I just like
think about it, bro.
in my head,
alter reality
like,
where Jean Grey
we don't-
doesn't
we don't
exist.
consider, we don't consider Captain Marvel a mutant, right?
No.
Right, because it's
She's a dyke.
Well, but here's the thing: it's Captain Marvel, it's Phoenix, and then I would say Wanda.
No, I put Wanda.
Captain Marvel's a lesbian.
I put Wanda. No, actually, she's not. Because War Machine was knocking that back.
That motherfucker.
Repeatedly.
Well, shit, the original Captain Marvel, I thought wasn't she in a relationship with the original Captain Marvel?
Yeah, she was in that
Ew.
original relationship with Marvel.
No.
I mean, I guess maybe it's Franklin Richards. Is you? I don't.
Who the
He's
fuck?
the smartest, but I want to say he's the
He's supposed to be the most powerful.
really.
I think so.
Hold on, let's
I was gonna say.
I know he's definitely the
I
smartest.
just I googled. Actually, Marvel history of Marvel #3.
Yeah.
History of Marvel #3 says.
I don't know if I can call
History of
Wanda,
Marvel
like.
#3
'Cause,
says.
I mean, I guess maybe.
I
it's
learned
not-
so much.
I mean, Franklin Richards,
Yeah.
working on comics.
I learned so much sitting in
I
the
know we still got.
I
I
don't
still
think
got to
you
get
can
your
go
son a shirt.
I think he's supposed to be the most powerful.
I
I think so.
I guess.
I was gonna say. Actually,
Okay.
I just
Who
googled.
is
I
most
googled.
powerful?
Actually,
Fuck is that?
Yeah, see, everybody
Marvel-
they have
the
lists.
History of
son of
Marvel
Captain
#3.
of Mr. Fantastic and
One of the
History of
rare,
Marvel
number
the
three
rare
says,
Omega
yeah.
11 mutant.
history of Marvel #3
He
says
has the
that
ability.
he's the
You
most
see,
powerful
here's the
mutant in
reason
Marvel
why.
universe.
Because he has the ability to warp reality and control fundamental force. So he has basically two abilities rolled in. He has the Phoenix Force.
Where's my Captain Planet
And-
movie?
So yeah, I guess
Wanda.
that's a whole other franchise.
Reference Scarlet Witch against him. They said
Franklin
the reason
Richards.
Why, I guess according, at least in this article, Marvel said yeah, but they're thinking the reason why is because his powers manifested when he was very young and always continued.
Bro,
to grow.
here's where I hope, and this is what I hope Marvel
The
does.
Beyonder.
This is what I hope Marvel does, or the MCU does. I hope that they don't go back and try to reboot.
No,
They
more.
do. They do.
No, here's
they
the
do
thing, because
reference-
I want them to get
they do
into the
reference
Franklin.
Scarlet
So
Witch against him. They
in
said
order
the
to get
reason why-
Franklin Richards, you got
I
to
guess
establish the
according- at least in this
Fantastic
article,
Four.
I don't-
True.
Marvel
In
said
order to
yes,
get a
but they
true
think the reason why is
X-23,
because
you
his
got to
powers
establish
manifested
the
when he was
mutants and
very young.
Wolverine, right?
here's
There's
the-
so many new people that you got to like, but you can't reboot, because if you reboot, then you still focus, because the new Iron Man is a Riri's not the new Iron Man. Ironheart, yeah, Ironheart. But like to
They
introduce her,
introducing her in some show.
they are.
Yes.
I think she's getting introduced right after we
Yeah,
get.
Ironheart's gonna be in somebody's show.
Yeah, after Kamala.
Yeah.
I think they're good.
Oh, that's what they
You
had
should know
the,
that because they've already
you didn't hear
made her
about
the focus
the-
of the Marvel game.
Yeah, and they had a big.
I haven't played the game.
They had a big
Trash,
invest.
man.
Yeah, she's tech Iron
Trash,
Man.
man.
I haven't played the
Trash.
game.
They had a big investors meeting though. Like Marvel had one, and
Yeah.
Star Wars had one
Yeah.
like the same time, and they introduced
'Cause
like
so is,
everything that they
so
Well,
figured
I
out,
seen that, but I
and
didn't
all
see
the people that they
I didn't see
introduced.
Riri on that one.
Kamala
I
Khan
must have
getting
missed it.
introduced.
Ironheart.
You talking about when they introduced like the 8 shows that they're going to do?
They're doing Ironheart.
Oh,
series.
word! I must have missed that.
The actress who's gonna play her, her name is Dominique.
Yeah, the game sucked.
Because if they do it right, they're going to do that whole entire college thing.
Yeah. Well, see, but
Riri's original story was cold.
oh,
as fuck,
it was
and-
cold as a bit.
Oh, that's the girl from If Bill Street Could Talk.
Yeah.
Oh, so that's gonna be. See, here's the thing. That's why
You
I.
got geeked on that.
That
But
was a
see,
good movie.
but see,
That
that's
was a good movie.
but see, that's why.
They're doing
Here's
an Ironheart
here's where
series.
we talked about on
That's
the podcast.
crazy because did they pair what's her name back
the
up with her
actress
because
who's
she
gonna play her, her name is
she was
Dominique
in Bell Street too.
Yep. So you better get him out of here. But here's where we wrap.
talk.
Here's where I hope
Oh,
Marvel
it's the
goes, and we
girl
talked
from
about it on the
If Bill
podcast.
Street Could Talk.
I hope the next
Yes.
few phases.
Oh.
I hope the next few phases is not
Because
all
if Bill Street
tied
Could Talk
together.
was cold.
I feel like now,
will be.
I know it will be, but I feel like I hope it's loosely because I feel like when you read comics, there's one-off comic books that they do. There's
like-
one-off comics that's like,
Oh,
okay, it can be canon, but it's not. But I feel like there's certain stories that I would love to see told in the Marvel universe
think that's what
that
the
doesn't
What If
have to be,
series is gonna be.
and that's what I hope so. I hope.
What the first what if is
Well, the first
satisfying
what if-
fan. The first season is going to be
Yeah.
satisfying fanfare for those who hung
Yeah.
out for the first 10
But
years.
I want
But
those
after that,
I want those one-off stories where it's like it doesn't have to be like I'm waiting
What
for the
phase
big
are we
bang.
in?
Phase 4.
See, I feel like Phase 4 is finna be a bunch of backstory shit.
Nope.
No, it's
Phase 4 is setting up because they got to set up the next big bad.
That's why I feel like, but like with having Black Widow, Oh yeah, she did.
It got,
No,
that got pushed
I
back.
feel, I feel like they finna give us a backstory.
No, well, it is, but it isn't because here's where I think what's going to end up happening. Because you got to remember when these big bads come, these big bads don't come out of nowhere, right? So I believe here's where I think what's going to happen with Black Widow. You're going to get a glimpse of the big bad. Right, it's gonna be. It may not be like something, but it's maybe like, oh shit, that was old boy because it like. Because remember, Black Widow. Much of her story is
that has been confirmed.
There's a lot of mystery around her. Like you don't know what she was doing outside of between the Avengers. So like you know that she is a master spy, a master like you know what I'm saying. But it was like.
Was that it's supposed to set up her sister
as Black Widow going forward. That's what I've been hearing.
I have also heard
because
that the Black Widow that died
is Black Widow.
Not really Natasha.
I've heard that too.
Yeah,
I haven't heard that one.
It's a lot of freaky shit.
How? Like,
well, she's a master spy. How wouldn't it be?
Right.
But who else would it be?
What are the other members part
of the Red Room?
Of the Red Room. That it's supposed to set up her sister to almost take her.
I don't put that much stock into
that.
But
it is also fucking Marvel.
I mean,
no, not Marvel. It's comic book.
It's
comic book.
Anything can happen.
I just don't. I don't see that.
Well,
one.
I ain't gonna say it's Marvel. I just feel like there's a part of people that was like there's guys like you and Didge who like it's true to form.
Yeah.
I want true to form. I want what was in this comic on my movie screen.
So
then there's like it's a movie still, so we got to do shit.
I got one last question to end it out.
Because I didn't realize we've been here for 3 hours.
We've been here for a grip. So to end this out, I just got a question.
That one I don't know.
Do y'all think that DC will ever be able to catch up to this?
No, and I'm glad Snyder openly said to them the mistake that DC made was trying to follow Marvel's formula.
I said we've been saying that on the podcast as long as we've been doing this podcast. We've been saying that.
I love the fact that when DC was just doing their own shit, I was good with it. But when they tried to create the universe for DC, you dropped the ball because you focused too much on Batman, Superman, and Wonder Woman.
Here's where one of the theories that we said, not theories, but the methods that we said they should have took that would have made them different from Marvel. Yeah. Marvel already established the solo movies and giving everybody their backstories and everything like that. We had said early on, we was like, you know what? They already established their television world. They should just bring those television people to the movies and start from there. Instead, because that would be different, and then but they tried to. Here's what they did, and this is where they shot themselves in the foot. They did 2 movies basically. They did Superman, right? And then they did Batman versus Superman, and then they said, "All right, we're going to give you a Justice League." See, they jumped to the Avengers. They jumped to the Avengers ASAP. It was like,
I think so. Superman.
They could have just started with Justice League.
We're starting with Justice League.
They could have just started.
Been okay with, and I would have been.
I think we shouldn't have got Batman versus Superman.
We should not have got Batman versus Superman.
In my opinion, this was what we should have. We should have had a solo Batman movie.
Why? I'm tired of Batman movies.
True, but just in general to make this shit fit together.
No,
to me it would have been needed.
Here's where I always say Marvel won, and where Batman, where DC could have won as well, but they didn't think they thought they had to go with the major hit. Iron Man was never the major character, but he was just popular
because they sold all their major characters.
But wait, but he was just popular enough for people like, oh shit, I know who Iron Man is, and that started it. If DC wanted to follow that model, they should have started with Cyborg. They should, because if you think about it, Cyborg
is more relatable.
Cyborg is more relatable, and he's the center of everything. The whole mother box situation and the whole Doomsday and everything, it is because of Cyborg. Right. That would have been a great place to start because it's like it would have been like, oh shit, wait, we know Cyborg, we know about Teen Titans, we know a little bit about Cyborg. You know what
would have been better starting with Cyborg? One, you automatically DC would have given the vibe you care about people of color.
Boom.
So off top, niggas would have fucked with you. 2, Cyborg actually has a pretty decent backstory.
Dope ass backstory.
Nobody fucking knows about.
Oh my god, his backstory is dope.
Because boy.
All
right, so you start with Cyborg. You have the depth.
It's Ray Fisher.
Ray Fisher said some shit.
Pretty much, the environment was toxic. The creators was like on some racist shit. He called him out, and then now he's pretty much taking a stance. He said, "Look, I don't give a fuck about being a cyborg. he needs to be exposed as being, you know what I'm saying, as the toxic environment and racism.
And now they not finna get it because
Yep.
he done.
They took him out of Flash.
Was it Ray Fisher? That's
Yep.
Ray Fisher. He done.
So basically, like Duke said, you go with the fact that he had this big, huge accident. All right. Then you're introduced to this technology. Like you could even do it in the background where dad is never home because they got this new technology.
Yep.
They found the original mother box.
Yep.
You can even go with that because you know it's 3 of them. So the humans had one and shit. So you found the original mother box. Dog been tested on this shit.
They're good.
His son
They're
dies
fine with it.
during the surgery at the place trying to save him. Somehow the mother box
Yep.
fuses with him. It don't even have to be that the dad purposefully did it. The shit could have happened.
Yep.
It's a fucking mother box, goddammit.
Yeah.
Or does he have a father box?
No, it's the mother box.
He has a mother box.
It's the mother box.
All right. So then from boom, we go from there. Now it sets off a whole wave of shit that triggers a lot of other shit.
Mm-hmm.
So now you got Soup G all up in here trying to figure out what's going on. Hell, you know what? I wouldn't even started with Superman. I actually probably would have started with Supergirl instead.
You could.
That would also work.
That also work as
That
well.
would work. I think
We're done with
You
Superman
don't
and
need-
Batman.
And that's the thing. Superman and
Stop
Batman
talk-
don't need to be the central point. They can come when it's time to get shit real.
Well, here's the thing: is we know their backstory. We know there's. If you start off with, like I said, Supergirl, or even if you start off with Cyborg, if you start off with Flash, you start off with these people, and then when
I think you should,
like
that
here's
would
the
also
thing:
work.
Darkseid is inevitable.
That would have worked.
Right.
The mother box and Darkseid and what he wants to do is inevitable. So when that comes, there is a need to get all the major people.
Right. And
So
that-
at that point, you bring in Superman and Batman. There's not one person in the world that's gonna be like, well, who is this person that can fly in red and
Right, we
blue,
all
or
know.
who is this guy in
Off
black
top.
and yellow? Like, no, you know who it is. We don't need to do their origin story. I don't need to see Martha and John, and Thomas Wayne get shot again.
Right.
I don't need to see Superman crash landing and then trying to learn how to fly. Like, I don't need to see none of this shit again
And the
because we
crazy
know.
shit is the DC was bound to fail anyway because when you look at the storyline of what Marvel was already doing,
Right.
you literally took a DC storyline. Because think about it, Thanos is Darkseid. You need
Well, that's always been the case.
yeah, that's always been the case.
That's
so
been-
for those who didn't know, actually Darkseid came first, then Thanos.
Yeah, Darkseid came
So,
first.
in order for DC to get to its true big bad, it has to be Darkseid no matter what. So you're literally going to mimic exactly what Marvel is doing.
The only difference-
because
the only-
Steppenwolf was basically his dude doing the work, which is damn, what is his name?
Loki?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh,
Yeah, that just.
Shit, you see?
fuck.
Wait, I'm sorry, I missed.
What's the Guardian Galaxy villain?
Main villain in the first Guardian of the Galaxy.
Ronan.
He's basically Ronan.
Yeah.
It was Ronan.
It was Ronan.
It was
Yeah, it was
Ronan.
Ronan.
It's wrong.
But here's the only difference where they could have kind of made it different. Darkseid's not looking for balance. Darkseid is
Exactly.
He just wants to
wanna
rule.
fuck some. He's a new
But-
guy. Want to get rid of the old.
But here's
guy.
the thing. There's so many starting points because if they
Wait, I'm sorry, I
truly put into like some thought process into the Green Lantern Corp, they could have started with Green Lantern Corp as well.
They need to.
No,
do
not
the
Ronan.
Well, they're doing it. They're
It's,
doing it on
was it
HBO
Ronan?
Max. I'm waiting to see how it. Like they could have started with. Well. Here's why they can't start with Flashpoint. Even though I do love Flashpoint, Flashpoint is after shit happens, they reset it and then it introduces you to multiverses. I feel like that would have been way too much to
I
start
feel
with.
like if you start, you could. I feel like if you start with that main where, okay, 'cause now you're.
I also feel like these niggas had about 50 years to get this shit right.
I feel
The
like
thing
you
about it
started
is
with
when
Flashpoint
you let
story.
You don't think they
companies who
could've
don't know
started
nothing about
They
comic
could-
books,
Well,
be
here's
in
the-
charge.
well, no,
you'll get fucked up.
Well,
shit.
here's where I think the biggest issue is. So John Favreau, that's his name, right? That's how you pronounce his name.
But I feel
Favreau.
like-
He is a
I feel
true.
like
Like
if
you
you
can
start-
see
you-
what he did
you
with
can-
Star
I feel
Wars.
like
You can
if
see
you
what
start
he
with
is a
that
true
main where-
fan. What
okay,
DC is fucking
now
up
you're
with is they're
looking
getting
at-
people who like they're loosely into it. Like the reason why
feel like you
Deadpool
started
was so
with
dope is because
Flashpoint
Ryan
story,
Reynolds
though.
was a huge Deadpool fan. So he was
The
like,
fucking comic book said, "What do you look like?" Well, I look like
yeah,
Deadpool.
right. So, but he was like, but it's like you got to get people that are invested into it, and that's the thing. It's like DC. That's this because I'm like, there is no way in hell.
So you feel like when they do DC movies, it doesn't come from a place of
No, because
a
there's
fan
because
would wanna see
because
it
to
done this
me,
way.
there's no way in hell that you are a fan of DC and you say, oh, you know what? I'm going to get Lex Luthor and yes, Jesse Eisenberg is my Lex Luthor.
Jesse should
There is
never been.
no way
Fuck with Jesse Eisenberg.
as
dude.
Lex Luthor.
No, not on Lex Luthor.
Oh my God,
Lex.
I was about to walk out.
Like,
I just like him as an actor.
That's why I think if one, yeah, they probably would have been the why I think Flash, like first of Flash, just because it's something different. 'Cause so many movies,
Well, that'd be something way different.
But that's what I'm saying.
That would be way different.
So many movies they build up to. All right, this is the exciting incident where Flash. If you start with a Flashpoint, you
Not as Lex Luthor. Not as Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah.
Not.
How did the world?
But that's why I said I think if one, yeah, they probably wouldn't need a fan. Why I think a flat like.
So you think they should tell the story backwards?
Different.
That's pretty much what it would be because
so many movies.
because Flash.
If you start with the crisis, now we telling the story on how we got here.
If you start with
That, but see, here's the thing.
you like okay.
That, you know what? I like that idea because it's different from what we got with Marvel.
Now you're like, well, how did the world get into this way? Now you can go almost anywhere.
Yeah.
You can do
That's
the
actually
next
a good idea,
film
actually,
where
tell you the
you
truth.
show a little bit more of the backstory.
Bits and pieces. It's gonna get
Almost. And that's an interesting way to tell a story.
see, here's the thing with
Because
DC.
if you're starting at
I don't know if they
Flashpoint,
treat the
and you're starting at Flashpoint,
Oh, it's completely because their anime department
Their
is
animated
fucking
department-
amazing.
They're
fucking
animated.
at war.
Because
and you're
the
like,
crazy
well,
part was the
how did they get
animated
at war?
division.
And it's like, all right,
they
we're
started
showing all of
doing
this
the
points,
same
and then you start
connected
telling
storyline. And
bits
it still it was
It's gonna
connected, but
get
it
you to
wasn't
watch the
because
next
Batman
movie.
and
now
Damon
you're going
Wayans
a
had
little
a
further,
whole
but you're-
fucking story
like-
over here,
Yep.
while the Justice League had a whole story over here that still
They don't.
figured out how to
They're
collide.
Yeah, and I fucking love their animated division. Like, as soon as I see the way that you feel about a Marvel movie
And
is
the way
how-
they ended it,
yeah.
they
When I see an animated movie, I'm
just
like,
said.
oh shit, I gotta watch that. Like that should be beautiful.
I also feel like DC hit that bump that like Fox had when they had like superhero properties. It wasn't as much about the superhero and the writing of this movie, but it was about who can we get to put this stupid ass suit on.
But here's the thing. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like
that's-
at this
that's- they
point
call-
where
they
you
literally
are
call it the DC
at,
animated
like
universe.
with the lay of the land, and everybody wants to be a superhero. So it's like, look,
Well, yeah, now
don't.
because it's cool.
Well, it's been like that as since
I think
since
at a
Iron
point-
Man 1.
Right, but I think at a point in time,
Well,
it
at a
wasn't
time-
cool to do that
At a
shit.
point
But
in
here's
time,
the
everybody
thing.
wanted to be Batman.
But here's the
Iron Man saved Robert Downey Jr.'s
True,
fucking life.
but listen, after the Dark Knight series, when they was like, okay, we're going to reset this all. That's what they could have capitalized and made it legit.
They didn't have to reset it. See,
You're
they
gonna-
was,
Well, they didn't have to reset it, but the thing is, Nolan said, "Nah, I'm out."
but see, that was the cool part. Nolan can be out. What Nolan did,
But no, I feel
we
like-
Could have been
I feel like
right there.
It could have
Stop
been
right
Well,
there.
they-
Now we have our Batman Lord.
Well,
of
not
the
even
Week.
out of that, they led up to it. Jason, what's his name? Jordan Levitt or whatever. The
Yeah,
guy-
yeah,
Jordan
as
Levitt.
Robin.
He was supposed to be Robin, and they was.
I thought he was coming back. I thought they was going to do another Batman to go forward with
no,
him.
they was
That
going to
was-
do a
that was like the-
Nightwing,
that-
and then for whatever reason, Nolan, because Nolan was supposed to write a Nightwing trilogy based off of him, but for
See,
whatever reason, it
I
fell
would've
apart.
I would have did a Nightwing movie.
Oh man, fam, Nightwing is my favorite
But
character.
I would have
I
did a
can't.
Nightwing movie. That way, you could bring
Fucking love
in,
Nightwing.
You can bring in a Wally West Flash because they were boys, or you could bring in a
bring in
Red
so
Arrow.
much.
You can bring in Red Arrow because they definitely
Yeah.
was boys.
You can bring in
You know
so
what I'm
much.
saying?
I
Then
watched
you
Titans
can
on
you can
HBO.
technically
Yeah.
you can
He
low
was like,
key
fuck Batman.
you can low key
I was
even
crying.
do a Batman visit, and even in the Batman visit, you can have
Yeah.
Todd there.
Well,
You can
'cause
have Jason
yeah.
Todd there.
Because well, Jason Todd's not Nightwing. Remember,
No,
Nightwing.
no, no. I'm getting there. You got
Talking about-
Grayson,
yeah.
and he needs to talk to Bruce to get some shit going on, and running around. in
Whose
fucking
Robin
Wayne
suit is
Manor.
that in the Batman movie? Or Batman vs. Superman? With all the graffiti on it.
That's Todd.
Jason Todd.
That's
So
Todd.
is he dead?
Yeah.
What? No. Yes
well,
or no?
okay, so that brings up. I want.
Yes and
no.
no.
Wait. I want to ask you something because this brings up a theory that I figured out, and I want to see if y'all think the same way.
I'm gonna be honest. Batman vs Superman was awful. I have no theories on it.
No.
Listen,
it's not even
I
about
love
that. It's not even about
Batman
that.
and Jason Todd, like the whole Batman family. So whatever, I know, I got an extensive
see,
knowledge of
this-
all Batman.
This is.
What's your theory?
I heard this theory, and it made sense.
I thought you
Technically,
meant
the
actual
first
actor. I was
Suicide
saying, I was
Squad
saying-
and Batman with Superman is technically tied.
Yep.
Okay. If you pay
I'm
attention
gonna be honest.
to the Robin
Batman vs Superman was
suit,
awful. I have no theories
the
on it
Robin
because I
suit
stopped watching halfway
in
through.
there has 2 holes right here,
Mm-hmm.
like 2 stabs that got stabbed.
I literally stopped watching halfway through. I
Pay attention
hated
to
that movie.
Joker. Leto's Joker, he has 2 holes in his shoulder right here. So the theory is that Jason Todd is not dead. But the Joker, which is completely off from all the other ones, is Jason Todd. They took the Tim Drake story and mixed them together.
So have you read the 3 Joker storyline yet?
Of course I did.
So,
this is getting deep.
In the sense of that, remember he was trying to turn Jason Todd to the new Joker,
right?
So like that could be it, but I don't think that at that moment. I think
that because of the issue.
Yeah, I don't.
Leto,
you
didn't.
Get to that I don't think that at that moment that was even a thought process because the whole Jason Todd Robin and the reason why that one was supposed to be is because Joker pretty much kidnapped.
Just watch Under the Red Hood.
Yeah, Under the Red.
Just
pretty much
Jake. The anime version, right?
Yeah.
I watched it with Dutch.
Yeah, so it's pretty much that storyline. Jason Todd gets kidnapped, and then Joker beats him, to death, and Batman, with the crowbar. And Batman thinks he's dead, but then he comes out being the Red Hood. Right. So in that sense, at that moment, with
I don't think they thought about that.
In where we're at, Batman is supposed to be like at that time. That Robin is dead. That's why he has his out there,
and that's why he don't
graffitied
want
up.
No more and that's also supposed to be why.
Because the next one after Jason Todd is Tim Drake, and then after Tim Drake, then it is Damian, which is his son.
It all depends on how you read. Yeah, you're right. Damian does come next.
Yeah, Damian comes.
And then comes what's her name, Sarah.
Yep.
But that's way down the line. Which is why Batman versus Superman pissed me off, because that one. The Dark Knight one, the Frank Miller one, that's the Batman Superman we should have got.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
That's the one. Old man. Yeah,
old man Bruce.
You know what? After watching Justice League, they should have just let Superman stay dead.
Well, they needed the strength.
Well, here's the thing: if you watch the animated series in general, like the Justice League Unlimited and Justice League, like that, like. Superman always has to come back. Like it's true to it.
Get it. But
it's inevitable. But
let him not be here. Let's let the bad guy win.
We needed to suffer,
so we have a purpose to come back.
Well, the issue that I had with the Batman versus Superman and the Justice League is like essentially just like, okay, we have Batman versus Superman. We fight, you die, and now this is my best friend. But if you watch the animated series, they had a beef, but then they went through. Fights together to build that relationship. Why? Right. And then when he died, it made more sense. This one was like, all right, this has happened way too fucking fast. Like we didn't even get established like they was like really bros like that.
Bro, they bonded over the fact that their mama got the same person.
That was so pissed off.
And you know what's funny? I never noticed that.
Me either. I never noticed it until the movie, and I was like, "That's some bullshit."
Like I never noticed that.
True
bromance,
man.
Yeah.
Why am I mad at you, man? I'm always got the same name.
And it was the fact.
I'm gonna take these kryptonite gloves off and stop with
you telling me you beefing with a nigga, and then as soon as y'all find out that your mom and his mom the same, y'all good?
What we beefing over?
Shit. I mean, same thing they was beefing over.
This is what made me mad.
They beefing over some shit. None of these niggas. They really don't want neither one of you niggas in the city. Y'all all fucking up shit.
Well, I mean,
Superman think he above the law.
Well, Batman beefing with Superman because
Superman never thought he was above the law. He was like, look, bro.
But Superman fucked up some shit, and Batman was like, nigga, you fucked up everything.
Yeah, it was.
You killed some people I know, my nigga.
See, that was my logic about. Okay, so we got the Superman movie, right? And at the end of the Superman movie, they are fighting, correct?
Yeah.
They fuck up the city.
They fuck up the city.
Now, instead of getting Batman versus Superman, let's just have a Batman movie. And now you are here because you have to fix this nigga mess. Now I understand why you got to beef with this nigga. Like, look, bro, you can't be out here fucking up shit that I got to come and clean up.
I feel you.
Now we're Batman versus Superman. I got a problem with you, my nigga.
This shit out, and because of it, like,
right.
fucking some shit up.
Now Batman versus Superman. I got the smoke. What's happening, bro? You fucked up the city. You thought I let that shit ride? Now I gotta beat your ass.
I mean, they did establish that, but it was just like it was
too quick.
Yeah.
It was a lot
I felt like if we'd had a Batman movie in between that, this shit don't look rough.
I think, like I said, kind of like based off of all the stories that we, I know we got to wrap it up, but based off of all the stories we said, like, look here,
I want a White Knight movie.
White Knight movie would be dope.
Ain't Moon Knight coming?
Moon Knight's coming. Moon Knight.
No, but I want a White Knight.
I heard he is way more fucked up than Batman.
I am in desperate need of. I need a Nightwing story. They can start with Nightwing. They can start with Green. They can start with Green Lantern and cartoons. I mean, they're animated. Their cartoons and animated movies are way better.
I feel
way
like
better.
The Green Lantern
Wasn't Tyrese advocating to be the black dude?
Nah, bro.
Fuck him. He was. I saw that on Twitter.
I didn't see that.
What's his name? Jon Stewart?
Yeah, Jon Stewart.
Yeah, Tyrese definitely said it.
I need a serious black man to play that role. I don't need no
Honestly,
cornball.
DC could stop
Jon Stewart is fucking.
No, what's old boy? Fuck, what is old boy? He was in Supernatural. He broke Sam's back.
Just as long as they don't get the nigga that's
They was
playing
ju-
Jackson
I was
in the
just
upcoming
saying.
Mortal Kombat movie.
That was just.
I ain't see that. And I'm good. I don't need you to
and this is
confirm
where I
that for
think
me.
that like if they
I don't need you to confirm
think
that for me
to be
either. Like,
completely
I'm
different
good.
from Marvel, they should invest in the TV actors, because if you watch. But if you watch The Flash, they already established who could be Green Lantern. Listen, I love The Flash
that
on
they wanted to
CW.
keep shit separate because when they first announced the Flash movie, everybody on the internet wanted the nigga from the show.
Yes,
he's
because
really good.
Grant Gustin is my Flash. Urza Miller is trash as fucking Flash.
Yeah,
his
Grant
run was trash. Like nah.
Yeah, they wanted dude from the TV show.
Grant Gustin is my Flash. Not Grant Gustin is my Flash. Yeah.
Well, on that note, Mortal
You know
Kombat
what?
drops April 26th.
I will be okay with John Boyega as my Jon Stewart.
John Boyega. I can see him being a John Stewart
I'm cool.
from Finn from Star Wars,
good.
the black dude from Star Wars.
The only black
okay.
dude from Star Wars. I
I
can
mean,
roll
I
with
can
that.
fuck with that.
I can see him being that. I
also
can see
don't
that.
like the
They
TV
don't
show
give
either.
it to,
I don't like the
No,
TV show.
they
Nah,
either.
Idris Elba is in.
Give it
But
to
I
Reed.
don't think any of the
This-
Heimdall's dead.
Idris Elba is he's Deathstroke right now.
Yeah, he's Deathstroke.
No, Deadshot.
Is it Deadshot?
Yeah.
Or is he somebody else?
No, in the new Suicide
did-
Squad.
yeah.
In the new Suicide Squad, he's Deadshot.
Actually taking. I thought they said he was going to
I thought he was going to be another.
No, he took over Will Smith.
Yeah.
He did officially take over.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
the new Deadshot.
Only person who coming back with the same role is
Margot Robbie.
Harley Quinn.
I really I saw the casting character. I'm
But
like,
see,
I don't know what the fuck y'all finna put on my TV screen, but I'm gonna watch it because I know it's
Deadshot.
gonna be a train wreck.
What for
Oh.
Suicide Squad?
Suicide
Suicide
Squad.
Squad.
I thought they
John
said-
Cena's gonna be in. I know this shit gonna be
They
better.
said he was actually taking. I thought they
Bloodsport,
said he
so
was going to be another character.
Yeah, like I heard he was.
He did officially
no
take
Deadshot.
over.
Oh.
He was originally cast
As Deadshot.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Listen, I'm off of DC films. Like
John Cena's gonna
for
be in that
DC
movie.
animation.
me too.
Because
Like
Harley Quinn is a fucking epic
Yeah,
show
it's
that
gonna be
a
like
lot
a
of people
bootleg
don't.
Captain
oh, that show is so fucking good.
Oh,
That
that's so
show-
epic that
You're
niggas
not-
don't know what you
That's the Harley Quinn show. It's like
watched
Rick
this
and Morty
episode.
meet DC.
But you know what I love? You know what I love about it more than anything? They did not
He
shy
was
away
originally
from
cast
the crew,
as Deadshot,
Harley
and then it
Quinn
got
Poison
changed.
Ivy.
Oh yeah.
Well, they said Kayla Bronco, she advocated for that.
He's like that.
Yeah,
Is,
no,
I'm glad.
I mean, that's the
That,
storyline.
that's what
That's
I
a true storyline.
Between Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy's
Oh,
comic,
the TV show. I
Power
love that
Girl
show.
and Harley Quinn is like my two favorite female.
You think we're ever gonna get Power Girl? I feel like they can't do Power Girl because her
I
outfit.
love that show.
Power
What
Girl.
does her outfit look like?
It's literally
Big ass
She
titties
has
with a
huge
cir-
ass titties, and it has a circle right here.
We got Power Girls in
Well, they
a
said
Batman
Kayla Cuoco,
Superman
she advocated for
movie. I think it's Public Enemy.
Oh, you talking about animated movie?
Yeah, we
Okay. I'm talking about live action. We're never gonna get a live action
Hey,
Power
dude.
Girl.
They will. They just won't. The chicks
Let's
won't
write
have
a
huge
movie.
knockers.
And let's be superheroes.
Because think about it, Tomb Raider, old girl was supposed to have huge ass knockers, and we got Angelina Jolie instead.
We could be like Meteor
Uh-uh.
Man on
Yeah.
steroids.
It's
They still gonna give us a Power Girl.
I don't think. I don't know.
I think what will
I
happen.
think we're more likely to get the Supergirl movie.
We're definitely
Well,
gonna
we
get a
got
Supergirl
Supergirl show, so-
because we got the show.
They reference her Power Girl. I'm talking about live action.
They did.
Yeah.
When she was going through her costume change, she did all the classic costumes
Titty big for no reason,
for no reason.
like no reason whatsoever. But
Some nice titties.
I mean,
the
they're nice
crazy-
titties,
but the crazy
you can't
part
put that on.
about
You
it
can't put that on the
is-
screen. Why you put that on the major screen with kids?
Bro, now for no.
No, they gotta rate it.
They gotta get. She
that,
gonna
they,
get rid of her ass.
they
too.
reference her Power Girl fitting that.
She might not even
Hey,
get that
look,
outfit.
all Zack
You
Snyder.
talking about the short one? Yeah.
Power
You
Girl.
know
If Zack
that's actually
Snyder,
an actual storyline, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When
Power
Huntress
Girl.
and Power Girl
Yeah.
came from Earth 2
Yep.
after they blew that shit up.
if Zack Snyder agreed to direct it, they could put it on.
You can't put. You're not. You,
You know
can't
what?
put
We
that.
might be able to get it.
Kids
You
go
know
see
why?
these.
Because DC and HBO are linked up together.
Like
Well,
that one's
I'm
wild.
good.
Like
I'm-
they,
I'm-
they
You know
not.
HBO has no problem
I'm waiting
showing
to-
dicks on TV now.
As of right now,
Who's this?
I'm,
You know what I'm
as of
doing.
right now, I'm off of DC. But
they show dicks
Yeah,
on
I know.
TV,
yeah.
period.
As of right now, I'm off of DC films. However, I am I'm waiting to see the first images
I
of
don't
the Green
know,
Lantern
man.
corpse. because I believe that if they do it right,
It can be
start
about
something.
5 or 6. You do it right, you can do a lot.
Because it's a
of
series.
shows. It's a series.
It's going to be
You
a
have
series.
lot
The
of
Green
seasons.
Lantern Corps is going to be a series. But the only issue that I have is that
Euphoria.
there is no Hal Jordan. They're going to be focusing on Jessica Cruz.
But I'm saying
and,
Euphoria.
John
Bro, watch
Stewart.
the episode. I was like, what the hell?
I can live with that, but it's like it's Hal Jordan though.
You're gonna get what they're gonna do is they're gonna focus on them two to start off with, and then we'll probably get Hal in later seasons because as you start to introduce the other spectrums,
Yeah.
you have.
Well, they didn't drop anything besides that Jessica Cruz and
If
John
they're
Stewart
gonna
is
have
going to be.
Cruz, they gotta eventually introduce.
Well,
the
because
other
Cruz is
spectrum.
the most newest one, so it's
Right.
like if they're
She-
focusing on that,
you're focusing on your females. She also has,
And she's Puerto Rican,
and she has the issue with fuck. It was in the last anime with her too, where she can't come outside.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are they going
Fuck,
into the other?
Niggas afraid of the sun?
No,
No,
it's
no, no.
she has it's an anxiety thing,
Yeah.
but I can't remember what it is. Because she rejects the ring to begin with.
Yeah.
So I can
Yeah.
live with that. So she gets the ring. John Stewart is her mentor. Of course, you got to go through Kilowog
Yep.
and whatnot. So you can do a lot with it. Plus,
Superhero movie, did you? We gotta write it.
plus, Hal can already be established because he was established.
Well, he
by
would
the
have
time
to be established. I
Yeah.
mean, if you're introducing John Stewart and Jessica Cruz,
Right.
then Hal Jordan's a legend at this
Right,
point.
he's already a legend.
Yeah.
But then, like in the later
said he'd be
seasons, you
like
got to
the
remember
Justice
Hal eventually becomes the villain.
I haven't read that storyline yet. Hal becomes a villain.
I think that's fire.
It depends on how if they include the Injustice like storyline for it.
Well,
And
Injustice.
and he also becomes
But see,
the
this
white.
is this
the
is
White
where
Lantern,
this is
too.
why I think DC should focus on just solo stories. Tell the I mean, even though this the game was just tell the Injustice storyline.
Injustice
Tell the
story-
Flashpoint
the
storyline.
Injustice storyline is your NWO of comics
I love the Injustice storyline
because it was so
Oh, my God.
perfectly written that we
They
turned
could
Superman
probably do her
into a villain and a justified villain.
I don't think he was. I didn't think he was justified.
Didn't he kill
Bam.
Joker?
Fam.
Well,
Fam,
he
first of
killed-
all-
the Joker made him kill his baby.
No.
And then
no.
he,
Let me tell it the way. Let me tell it.
I played Injustice.
Number one. Okay? Number one. Batman ain't a good hero.
We knew that.
Whoa.
Let me finish.
Batman a sociopath. We just talked
We
about.
know, but he's still a
He's
good
not-
hero.
Hey,
he's
low
not. No, he's
key,
not.
Justified.
low
You
key,
see why I know
Batman be
he's
playing
not?
dress up, beating up bums.
Hey, man,
You
hold
wanna know
on.
why he's
No
not a
Batman
good, You want
slander.
to know why he's
Beat
not
up
a
poor
good hero?
people.
Because every villain, especially his serious villains, somehow still gets out. They still become a problem, and he won't kill. Now, some niggas.
Whoa.
Hold on,
Hold
let
on.
me finish.
Hold on.
Let me finish.
I just got one
So
rebuttal.
Batman putting niggas in jail
I
if
just
they getting
got one rebuttal. Name one superhero who kills most of their main villains.
I get what you're
Captain
saying.
America.
Every superhero, they have the rule that they don't kill.
Suki killed Zod.
Not in all the comics.
They killed Thanos.
Thanos-
But
Batman killed
but let- but
Darkseid.
let me-
What we
but let me
talking?
continue.
What we talking?
But let me continue. How we got to the Injustice one. So, because the Joker somehow seems to always get out.
Mm-hmm.
And now remember, Joker is the number one villain,
Did not.
period.
For Batman.
No. If you look at the ranking system.
Oh yeah, in the ranking. Okay, yeah.
In
Oh, yeah.
rankings,
Okay,
worst villain.
yeah. Worst villain.
Worst villain, period. Because he doesn't do shit for a purpose. He just wants to watch the world burn, literally.
Well, yes and no.
Literally.
Because one of his main motivations is to prove to Batman that he is just like him.
Of course.
That's
But-
one of his main motivations. Like, look, you are crazy just like me, and
But
weird.
here's the thing. So in this particular case, instead of fucking with Bruce, he goes over to Metropolis.
Mm-hmm.
He fucks with Metropolis.
He convinces Superman to kill Lois Lane.
Now it depends. If you go by the game, it's a bomb, and that's what caused Lois. But if you go by the comics, he kidnaps Lois, puts her in this ship, but he puts this gas in there, and this gas makes Dog think that it's Doomsday instead.
Yep.
So Soup is out here fucking up
Fam,
Lois.
I'm talking about full-fledged
full
fisticuffs,
flash, like beating the dog
beating
shit.
the dog shit, and she pregnant with his baby.
Yeah, he didn't know this either.
He didn't know that.
So he kills
So
Doom.
he goes. He,
Well,
he-
either way,
he
he
kills
convinces her to
Doomsday.
kill.
He's
He
saving
convinces
the world.
Superman to kill her.
End up killing his woman and this. Bat scoop up,
Mm-hmm.
Joker, because he knew that's where it came from. doing his normal interrogation, beating ass, trying to
Superman comes in
you
like,
know what I'm saying?
nigga,
Back
no.
at this point in time, Suit G is like, you know what?
Fuck
Nigga,
that.
fuck you.
Yeah.
Full fledged. You know in the Matrix when they had to go get had to go get Morpheus?
Yeah.
Think of that room, but imagine a nigga coming full fucking speed
With
fist, straight gut.
Superman come in like, fuck that.
No,
Nigga gotta
sick
go.
of your shit.
Nigga
Okay?
gotta go.
Then at this point in time, he was like, you know what? We as heroes are too fucking lackadaisious.
Yep.
We need to quit letting shit
Turn
slide
to a dictator.
and shut
He
this
said,
shit
shit gotta
down.
go. He gonna turn to a dictator. You follow what I say,
So he
or
hit him
else
with
I'm
the-
lobotomizing
He
your
hit him
ass.
with the state property. Either you get down or you lay
That
down.
nigga was lobotomized.
It's kind of tough to like justify.
He was lobotomizing
Hey,
people left and right.
Superman, if I was that strong, you
At
gonna
this-
do what the fuck I
he's
say, or you gonna
sick
get
of
with
this
it?
shit,
Well,
dog.
that's the thing. But if you can't be a hero with that mindset.
But
Was
that's
he doing it
also
to everybody or just back?
Anybody, heroes, fucking regular people. If you went against what Superman said,
You not in his eyes, you weren't.
You're not a part of his
Like,
America.
it's kind of tough.
Basically.
I'm with the shits.
no.
So
The
Suit.
storyline that I was okay with that was during the Dark Martin, the Dark Multiverse one, where Lois Lane became Superman. Where Lois Lane became Superman.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
See, the dark multiverse threw
everybody,
me off.
Yeah.
it was his.
That's one of my.
I love those. I love the Dark Multiverse.
No. Infinity Crisis
Then you not-
became
then
my
in
favorite.
his eyes,
the
you
one where
weren't being-
Superboy
you weren't-
Prime and
Oh,
Super
yeah.
G
Basically.
from Earth 2 and them came back.
That-
and Superboy Prime came
The only
back fucking
storyline
shit
that I was
up.
okay with that was during the Dark Multiverse one, where Lois Lane
But
became Superman.
basically,
Well,
this nigga
Lois Lane
became
became
the world's
Superwoman after the
dictator,
death of
and niggas
Superman,
was in their
and
place.
she did.
Of course,
The Dark
rich white
Multiverse.
man who don't like to be told
That's
no
one of my
what to
favorites.
do.
That
Felt like-
entire series.
Don't do
I
that.
love it.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You know, Batman might really be the worst friend to have.
I like.
Oh, he is the worst friend.
Like-
So
I
here's
like-
the thing.
I like-
He got a
We just-
contingency
I
plan
like
for
the
all
Death
his
of
we
own.
just
But
said
you
this.
know what? That's not a bad idea. When you kick it with
she
strong motherfuckers,
You gotta know how to
who
take 'em
think that
down.
They don't do nothing wrong. You always gotta have them in check.
Because you never know when they gonna turn
Because
bad.
the Tower of Babel was a prime example.
never know when they gonna turn
AKA
bad, bro.
The Justice League Doom movie.
Because this
Batman
nigga
is
ain't
a
dictator.
butt nigga
That's
dog.
Think about it, dog.
Batman,
kicks-
Batman is an equal opportunity racist. He don't trust nobody. He don't
Look,
care
look.
what race you are. He don't
if
care
you're
where you from. I don't trust you. I don't trust you. And I don't trust you. So I'm gonna have a contingency plan for all of y'all.
Look, Batman kicks it with an alien who gets stronger by being out in the sun. So his melon is definitely popping. You kick it with an Amazon, which we thought these bitches was dead.
Kick with an alien. Martian Manhunter is the
In there.
last
He
alien.
kicks it with an alien that can phase, fuck with your mind, change into anything. So you can't trust this nigga because you don't know who this nigga is.
I heard
this
they
nigga.
wrote him out the movie.
Yeah.
He also kick it with the person who can control every technology in
Yeah,
the world.
you got technology.
Cyborg.
Then you kick it with what dubbed to be one of the fastest niggas in the world.
Who also can reverse time.
Right.
He can go.
And he kicks it with the king of the sea. So you can't trust this nigga. And y'all never really. You know what? We
can't
we
trust
shit-
these niggas,
we
bro.
shit on Aquaman, but
can't-
Aquaman really runs some
Batman
shit.
probably should have just been a villain.
Yeah,
No.
and then you gotta remember, Batman is just an ordinary motherfucker
Nigga who is. He's just the ordinary nigga who like. I just
who
don't trust
happens
him.
to have a lot of money and suffers from PTSD.
He plays dress up and beats up poor people.
No, he beats up. He beats up. He don't only beat up. He remember he killed Darkseid. He did. He did, but the other people he beat up was not henchmen too.
He fought a lot of.
Hey,
He fought a lot of people that
that-
were not
He
henchmen.
fought 1,000
that
hits to
clip-
get to this level.
Did you see the clip in the new Batman movie?
Yeah,
but he sent you to the hospital. With
he
all
fight.
these
Listen here.
And he's a terrible dad.
Oh, he's a horrible dad. He's a horrible dad. He's a horrible. Listen here. Batman is a horrible friend. He's a horrible dad.
That's why.
He's a horrible
That's why I
person.
like the Batman Lego movie.
He's a horrible person, but he is a necessary hero. Because what you talking about?
What's he saving?
world.
Batman tell you I don't.
Because okay,
Batman tell you,
if Superman
I don't kill
goes,
you,
if
but he
Superman
sent you
goes
to the
rogue,
hospital with all
who
your
else is gonna
bones
stop him?
broken.
Nobody else has a contingency plan but Batman. Nobody else has it. Nobody knows how to
I
stop.
feel like Batman has a
I
Tony
feel
Stark
like-
complex.
You don't want person.
He's tried.
He is a sociopath.
And I think Batman has spoiled some of Lex's plans.
He did.
Because I know
Batman is smarter.
I know for a fact that Batman has went out there with his money and then bought up a bunch of shit that if Lex would have got a hold of it first, we've been good,
bro. The Dark.
That's why I don't have no beef with Lex.
The Dark Knight
Lex
series
does not like this nigga because this nigga too powerful.
Yeah.
And I don't
the
like
dark.
this nigga on my money.
The Darkest Night series of it that shows. Yeah, man, listen, Bergie just hate.
Bernie's
Batman.
still here.
Bergie just hate Batman.
I think people 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
Coming in and killing
Right, like you niggas still here.
But here's the thing about.
Like, this is 2 episodes, you know that, right?
Oh, that's what number 2.
We done been straight to 2.
Here's the thing.
After we got done with the movies, we literally went to a whole.
Here's the thing about Batman, and the reason why, like the Darkest Night series shows.
Batman
So
is Floyd
this is
Mayweather
why
with a
Batman is the
special
most
power.
deadliest person. The whole Dark Knight series is
I
pretty
know.
much
Well, I think
if
people-
Batman
this
took
has
out
been
all the
3.5 hours. I
Justice
think people
League
should
and
come in and
embodied
come
their
back.
powers. So this shows how dangerous he is as a person.
Oh, you know, I had to
Because
think about when you said the Darkest
Yeah,
Night.
because the
Dark multiverse.
the Dark Multiverse. Because like all of it, like the Batman who laughs is the Batman who pretty much gives in to the Joker gas and becomes the Joker and everything. The Red Death is Batman. He literally stopped the Flash, strapped him in front of the Batmobile, drove into the Speed Force, turned into the Red Death. The first thing he did was kill every villain, right? So he like all that shit that people were like, oh, Batman never kills a villain. Once he became the Red Death, he did. He killed them all. Same thing, all of those Dark Knights that he becomes. It's Batman if he took over Cyborg, or Batman if he became Wildman. Batman is just a psycho ass nigga who knows how to kill everybody. And if he did, he would be one of the most craziest niggas ever. But he doesn't. But he has that just in case. If you go rogue, I know how to fuck you up. That's Batman. That's pretty much what he is. He's balanced. He's balanced with the Justice League because nobody else has that. The Flash doesn't know how to stop Superman. The Flash still trying to beat Superman in a foot race. Nobody else has that.
He's 17.
You need somebody to be like, okay,
Depends on
wait.
which Flash you talking about. Though.
You need somebody to be like, okay,
12
if
of them
niggas
now.
go crazy, who gonna stop them? Or like, I'm gonna know how to do that. You need that.
You know what?
Otherwise, there's no
Flash is
balance.
Not even cool anymore. There's too many of them now.
Shit, that's the whole thing with Iron Man. If you agree with Iron Man, you gotta agree with Batman. Iron Man.
I never agree with that nigga either.
What? Iron Man was 100% correct in the whole Civil War situation. Iron Man was the correct one.
I don't respect that Civil War. First of all, the one that was in the movies.
What was Iron Man's point? That we need to check.
We need checks and balances.
We need checks and balances. You need checks and balances. You can't have superheroes just running out here all willy nilly. You need a balance.
I know I wouldn't be a superhero because the minute somebody fuck that, fine. You want to give me checks and balances? Fine. Deal with your own shit.
No, I ain't got no.
And now you gotta deal with me too.
I ain't got no
So
problem with
that's
checks
why
and
I know.
balances, but I know that there's some motherfuckers that he can't live. The Joker would be dead after the third time I done had to get this nigga.
I'm not saying no regular ass people deal with me. If I'm a superhero,
But this is
I
also
feel like
Because
when
if
you
you go
create
back-
checks and balances,
Superhero,
then you start dictating
minute
who we
somebody
save and who
fuck
we
that,
don't save.
fine.
So
You
you might
wanna give
just
me
be
checks
as
and
bad
balances? Fine. Deal
as
with your own
motherfuckers fucking up
Deal
this
with your own
work.
shit,
got
and
a
now you
point
gotta
there.
deal with me too.
So if
So
you
that's
have
why I know.
checks and balances of
I
what
do.
we do and what we don't do,
Sometimes
you're just as bad as the
Yo,
villain.
you
Especially
create
if I
a
am a
line,
superhero,
and
fuck
it's like
that.
if you're
So
not
I'm
on
not
this side of
letting
the
no
line,
regular
then there
ass
should be no
people
line.
Deal with me. If I'm
There
a
should be a
superhero,
gray
fuck that.
area.
if we go back to
And the Joker is in my gray area. I gotta kill this
They
nigga.
essentially about to turn superheroes to weapons.
That's what the Registration Act
That's
was.
what they wanted. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
And we got the Midwest Avengers because of that bullshit.
Fuck that. I'm not.
Let's not forget about Big Bertha.
I'm not allowed
Because that,
what?
But Iron Man's defense was like, well, if we are on the board, then we have a say so how this go. They can't turn us into weapons.
If we going back to the Civil
You know
War
once
thing,
the government
they
gets
was
involved,
essentially about
man.
to turn superheroes to weapons.
Bro, think about it. The
That's
Registration
what
Act
I
had
meant.
it that
That's-
there was a
so,
superhero
that's what I'm
team in
saying.
every
Fuck
state.
that.
Yeah.
First of all,
Fuck that.
what the fuck do we need superheroes in Wyoming?
They're votes.
I'm not allowing no regular ass people to turn me into a weapon.
Wait, hey, vote. Hey, vote. That's what vote was. If you watch The Boys, vote.
basically what
That's
it
what
was.
vote was. They had stationary heroes in every
And
city.
basically, if you and you see,
However, the difference was
States that had like that had Stormfront
The difference was it was ran by just regular people. What Tony was saying was like, we are going to be the board. We figure out how.
But you
goes.
still have the government involved. That's the catch-22. Yes, we can be involved, but the government was still dictating what happened, what went where. And the question, and the fact that the U.S. wanted their superhero, and you know how we think, we got to have the best of everything. So now we take
Now we see little upstart superheroes.
So
you can't.
Or a nigga's a traitor if he go home. Like if Colossus said, "Yeah, I'm out. I'm going back to Mother Russia, and me and Magic gonna do some shit." It's like, okay, fuck you now.
But what's the difference of creating the Justice League? So the Justice League, you still like the Justice League is the league. That's the main one. But there was other superheroes in other areas, and everybody wasn't part of the Justice League.
Now we see little upstart superheroes from UK. Hey, no, you.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. There wasn't no government involved, but somebody still needs to regulate it, and that's where Batman is needed.
That is the last thing I want regulating anything. He still got mommy daddy issues.
Who would be better to regulate it?
Not Batman. Give it to Aquaman. He ain't doing shit.
Aquaman's
he runs a whole fucking country.
That's the thing.
And the ocean.
He runs a country in the ocean. He doesn't have time.
Gordon.
He doesn't have time to even do the research.
All the time in the world.
He doesn't. He running a country.
He's gonna be the most biased.
He runs the whole sea.
Okay, so wait. Let me ask you a question. So you really are okay with the nigga with the most time on his hands regulating shit?
Right. But if you notice, that's why Young Justice.
Hey, Batman's supposed to be out here saving some shit. Right. Why do you have time to think about what will happen if your friends
Batman is out here saving shit, but then he realized, like, oh shit, all right, we have this crew who can save anything, but if one of these niggas go crazy, who gonna stop him?
That's what.
Where Batman.
Who's gonna stop Batman if Batman go crazy? Because he's already crazy.
That is a true fact, bro.
Batman is already fucking nuts.
And
who is dictating Batman?
Batman has
the league.
Bro, he has shit in place for all of them.
He has shit in place for all of them, but if they all came down and collectively stopped them, they can stop him.
Anything in place for Batman?
Yes, he does. He has a contingency plan for himself as well.
Because the Batman who last storyline proved that he don't.
No. That was completely different. But I forgot what his contingency plan is. But he does also have a contingency plan for himself. I got to look it up, but he does have one for himself. Look. Well, you don't know he got a contingency plan. That's what I said. This is what I said. The one thing about Batman, you will meet Batman today. You'll meet Bruce Wayne Batman today. But this is not the first time that Batman met you. He has already done his research.
Because he ain't got shit else to do.
And that's why he's the perfect person.
Look, dog. This is the problem.
I'm going rogue before you get
problem.
I still want to know why no one has ever shot Batman.
When does he sleep? That means that this nigga is mentally unstable.
Oh no, I know. I'm not. Nobody's saying that he's mentally stable.
So we supposed to put all our trust in this unstable motherfucker.
But everybody that is a hero is technically mentally unstable.
Why you gotta take him out? The day you meet him, you gotta die. You gotta die. That's
when does Cyborg sleep?
He's not human no more either.
When does the Flash sleep? Like everybody,
his metabolism moves quick, so all he needs is a little rest.
Every superhero has some type of mentally.
Actually, you know what? The Flash does.
No one's ever said that Batman's stable.
But here's the thing about the Flash.
Remember, he kept losing his job for a while.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Everybody is mentally unstable at some point. You can't be a hero without not having some type of instability.
None of these niggas go to therapy.
Right.
You know what? If superheroes had therapy, we wouldn't need checks and balances.
Well, we always need checks and balances.
Motherfuckers wouldn't know not to go that far.
I mean, we'll have the legit.
Batman is the only motherfucker that needs checks and balances. Clearly,
this nigga need therapy.
He's the only one that's willing to push the envelope.
He don't push the envelope. The only envelope that, remember, he don't kill. He don't kill.
He just beat.
Yo, because he still broke all the Joker's bones.
Have you seen the clip for the new Batman?
Yes.
Like when that.
But he didn't kill nobody. He just beat their ass.
He was like, "Who the fuck are you?" And he beat the shit out of folks and was like, "I am vengeance." What? That shit is wild, fam.
No, He just put
And
you
his
in because he done broke all your damn
homie
bones.
stood there
No.
and watched him get the shit
Just
kicked
let
out.
you know, like, who am I, nigga? I'm the nigga that just beat your ass, nigga. So tell me what you need to
Bro,
Maybe
that
we
man
do
probably
need
died on his
jokers.
way to
Just
the
to,
hospital.
you know,
Like,
make sure
that nigga clearly, that nigga has.
This nigga killed
We don't know
somebody.
they
This nigga
died.
beat somebody up.
We don't know
or
they
they
died.
died, or they wish they died. And he go home and sleep good.
He don't sleep good because he's still tormented.
Because
is fucked up.
Batman is a grown man playing dress up, beating up poor
Is
people.
it? But is it all the characters? But is it all? Is it all superheroes?
Playing dress
Grown
up.
man playing dress up.
Everybody's not beating up poor people.
What you talking about? Spider-Man hitting niggas with sewers. Spider-Man is hitting niggas with sewer tops.
Hey,
Sewer tops.
hey,
He is swinging sewer tops.
in Spidey's
Popping niggas in the head.
in Spidey's defense, he is a 16 to 18-year-old
He
kid.
is still hitting you with a sewer top.
In his pajamas.
Hold on. In his,
That's another
but-
nigga who's talking about
but-
kill, who is sending niggas to the
He's
hospital.
fighting
Not-
King Shark. He's
he
fighting
definitely
big ass
killing
Crocs.
niggas.
He is
He
fighting
Batman is fighting.
symbiote.
Definitely killing niggas.
Wait. Batman is fighting Bane, who is juiced up. Batman
like Deuce
Batman is
said.
fighting a fucking actual bat.
He
Like
is
Deuce
getting
said,
he's fighting a
a
nigga.
Tony to go do some wild shit.
Batman fighting a Sandman nigga.
He is swinging manholes at niggas' head. Niggas is dying. Niggas is
But he
dying.
just webbing them niggas up against the
No,
wall.
he hitting them with he hitting them with man sewers.
He is not throwing manhole covers at everybody.
And also regular,
There's
and
not
also
those many
regular
men.
ass niggas who
You
just
niggas need to stop playing Spider-Man.
the nigga tried to
Spider-Man
go.
is swinging.
I was doing boots to fist. I don't know what you niggas out here doing.
Well, wait a minute.
Wow.
Even Boots the Fist.
Fighting a nigga who tried to go around.
Spider-Man's one of the strongest characters in the world.
He also he threw
Bro,
manhole
this nigga-
covers at.
Bro, did you
I
see
played
when
the
he-
Spider-Man
bro,
game.
he
Let me
gave-
tell you,
he
niggas I
gave
threw manhole
Wolverine
covers at
fist
playing
cover
Spider-Man.
out the window.
You can't say that
Like,
because he
let
got
me
his
tell you
whole
how many manhole
body
covers.
by the
Nigga, I was out there.
That's 6 niggas. Who doesn't get beat by 6 niggas?
Croc was taking him to Pound Town. Who actually ended up killing him? Pete?
Spider-Man has the strength. Yeah, they said Spider-man is always
that's in
constant.
the Spider
That's a
Brothers.
fact. That one
Hey,
time
are they
he
still
said-
bringing Craven in?
Craven the Conqueror.
No. They should. That's a huge storyline for Spider-Man.
That's how you could also swing
So,
Wolverine in.
so,
real
su-
quick,
so
too.
superheroes pretty much
That's 6
Most
niggas.
of
He
it
got
is
fucked
two.
up niggas in pajamas with mommy issues.
You gotta be fucked up to think about that. You can change the world.
the world. You got to be there.
You gotta be fucked up in the head to think that, bro.
I still think Captain America's racist.
That was the Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's who it was. Goblin took his ass. to
Right.
Pound Town.
But he's fighting 6 niggas though.
No,
You
when it was a
can't-
Goblin, it was him. It was.
You can't
Wait,
hold
the
that.
Sinister, that sound like 7 niggas to me.
No, you ain't got partisan.
He
He's
was
part of
the
the
leader.
Sinister. He's the leader of Sinister Six.
He was the leader.
It's him, Rhino, Shocker,
Doc Ock.
Green
Doc
Goblin.
Ock, Electro, and then
That's why I can't be a superhero.
I guess I can't. I know. I can't remember.
I'll be a villain.
No,
I gotta watch
it
the
was
cartoon
Green Goblin
again
and the
to figure
Sinister
it
Six.
I'll turn into a
It was
villain
still
too.
6 niggas.
well, everybody would turn. Here's the thing. I was like, if you get
That's why
a,
we didn't get our
One of
superpower.
them.
if you get
He was
electric
probably the main
powers,
one
I
that
feel
killed
like electric powers you can only go villain because there's so many times that you can do this.
I don't know, man.
No,
Black Light
bro,
has been pretty
when
cool.
you do this, that's not gonna ever look like welcoming. When you
That's what it was.
when you do this and you go,
Damn, how we forget about
that's
dog?
always
He
gonna look evil as
introduced
shit.
first. And
There's
then-
never gonna be a time where you
that's
pop
what
up
I've
like,
been
oh
saying.
shit, it's Juan. He go, and everybody like, oh yeah, like that's gonna look evil as shit every time. Like,
Don't do it like that. Then do it as a slow one. Do it from a couple of fingers.
Just start throwing your hands up like the Undertaker or some shit.
still evil, still evil. There's no way to show electricity in a positive way.
You also gotta think about
always gonna look evil as shit.
piss you off.
There's never gonna be a time where you pop up, oh shit, it's Juan.
Oh, I'm most
I
definitely
couldn't have
just.
electrical power.
Niggas already think I'm a
deal
serial
with
killer.
Electronics too much, dog. You know how much money I would fucking waste? I'd be doing short circuit everything.
Even so, because you gotta
TVs,
think about it, like other
PlayStations, mixers.
Still evil.
I've been fucked up so much shit.
There's no way to show.
Not even on purpose.
if I had electricity, because
Alright, so with that
you
being
also
said,
gotta think
people,
about
This is an amazing episode.
I don't know why the
somebody
fuck you was
gonna
still
piss you
here all
off.
this
And you go,
time,
all right,
but-
word.
Cause, man.
Right, I still gotta work tomorrow. This is a 2-part episode because we've been talking for damn near 4 hours. So
You lying.
we broke the TZ record.
Oh, is there 4 hours?
3 hours and 40 minutes.
I mean, but when it's good conversation, you don't
You
even
know,
realize.
this thing gonna be too huge for us to have a conversation.
Yeah, see, I have to get you in here when I can because you're rich.
I'm rich, bitch. But make sure you check us out on all streaming platforms. Definitely make sure you check out the world famous Geek Set on every fucking thing. Check out them on YouTube, Patreon, Discord. Go ahead and subscribe to them. They way more smarter than us at this shit.
What?
You know what I'm saying? I just play.
I know wrestling. This shit. I don't know.
Now comics I talk all day.
Oh yeah, comics I can talk forever.
I talk forever. Like I go down to the wire. But with that being said, people, we are fucking out of here.
Hey man, thank y'all for having us 100%, man. I truly appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We gotta come back.
I always gotta show love to my niggas, man. Y'all always welcome on the Death Fresh Show, man.
All right, man.
So it's been real.
Right on time.
I know it was way longer than I expected.
Well, that's because when we get to our break, I knew right away that like we spoke before.
Yeah, definitely appreciate it. This has been a fun conversation.
And I don't know when I dropped that episode, so I'm gonna make sure we got at least 2 weeks worth of stuff. All right, man. I wonder what happened. Go ahead.
It was a long ass conversation.
We can't do it studio. I like go up there and send some video. Yeah. Probably do Star Wars.
Oh shit! Wait a minute. Bust it. What I walk in on? Bust it, baby. Happy birthday.
I like go up there and send some video.
Test the video.
Yeah. Probably do Star Wars video.